Check, 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 check. Good morning. Let's do this. Welcome to your Friday Cotter and Marshall show. Hop on that stream. Be sure to join the horde this morning. You can watch the show every morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. While you're there, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. You can always listen to the show. Just download the Rock 1061 app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker or check us out at rock1061.com. Good morning, Marshall.
Good morning, everyone out there.
So I was talking to the wife yesterday because she said she wanted to go to Hilton Head tomorrow, do a little thrift shopping.
Okay.
So I'm like, now while we're there, do you mind hitting up this brewery that we haven't been to yet? I got the biggest eye roll in the history of eye rolls. I'm like, what's that for? She's like, is this the only reason you want to go to Hilton Head? I was like, no, you brought up thrift shopping.
Right.
I just figured we'd multitask and hit up a brewery we haven't been to yet.
Yeah, you had a big Homer Simpson moment. I don't think you really recognized it there. I mean, it's sort of the equivalence of Homer giving Marge that bowling ball with his name on it.
No. No.
That's kind of what happened.
If I would have gone to her just initially and be like, hey, there's this brewery in Hilton Head. We should go to that. Oh, by the way,
right.
We can do a little thrift shopping. I get it. This was her idea. I was just, adding to our adventure in Hilton Head.
Now, I love that even now you're in denial of your dumbassery. You know what you did.
I just wanted to have a few tasty beverages.
Yeah,
That's
know
all.
what you did. Okay, pretty sure you know what you did.
So we're gonna
You deserve that eye roll.
Fair enough. But you know what? We're going.
Yeah, I know.
Win for all of us. All right, coming up on the show today, speaking of beer, Roy Kellett of United Distributing. He's the craft beer and spirit specialist.
It's a fancy title.
I love people's titles, man.
Yeah.
He's going to be stopping by. He's bringing in some beer from Sweetwater. Love that place. That should be fun. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Top of the 8 o'clock hour. I think this is going to be the toughest Mount Rushmore we have ever put together in honor of the 30th anniversary of the Black Album from Metallica. Putting together the Mount Rushmore of songs from the Black Album.
I think it's the toughest just because it's the smallest pool of choices that we have. We only have 12.
So this is going to be interesting. Get to that top of the 8 o'clock hour. Call, comment, and text today. We've all had crappy jobs, but what was it that finally made you quit? What was the straw that broke the camel's back? Also get to About Last Night. Super Bowl ads. They're going to be pricey. The Triller fight between Belfort and Holyfield is getting more interesting. Not the fight, just everything around it.
Yeah, of course. It involves someone who's kind of a lightning rod for that type of stuff.
It's great stuff. And story number 1, will LeBron James' involvement in the House Party remake just kill the whole thing? I'm going to vote yes.
Probably.
We'll get to that next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061. Latest from the Foo Fighters, it's Making a Fire.
Morning, Wanda. Thanks for joining us super early on this Friday.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like once a page opens, it works fine, but it doesn't want to open anything.
Do you have your iPad here today? Maybe try using that?
I don't. I mean, it's fine. I just can't get to Twitch or the Zip Whip yet. Hopefully it'll open. Good morning, all. I don't know who's streaming.
Wanda's on here. She says she's definitely calling in for our thing today, which is perfect.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by and dropping all that stuff off yesterday, Wanda. Appreciate that.
Oh, shoot. Charles says morning, 6:08 a.m., and know what's pissed him off today. Everyone must be sleeping in late.
I give you 15 minutes. 10.
Wanda swung in yesterday.
Yeah.
Member of the Horde. And she dropped off a little gift for us. She went on a little vacay. So we have she got me a little Freddy Krueger thing. And I have a Freddy Krueger shelf in my house. And Wanda, I don't know, I'm going to show this off here on the stream. So I took a little picture. There's my Freddy Krueger shelf. There's my Freddy Krueger glove and some other stuff. It's got some serial killer stuff up there. But Wanda got me this little Freddy Krueger guy that I'm pointing to right there. Boom. So Wanda, thank you. I was going to text you that last night, but I totally forgot.
Also got us this for the studio.
Yeah, so we could do some, witchery.
Yeah, I like that.
Witchery award. Yeah, we're going to do some of that.
Little black magic.
Once again, guys, thanks for joining us. Soups early this morning with the live stream. Obviously, got a lot to hit on today. Our question of the day: what finally made you quit your job? We'll also talk about The Matrix 4 that came out. The trailer came out. We'll talk about what the hell was happening in that thing. We'll do the Mount Rushmore of Metallica Black Album songs. We'll play trivia for Coheed and Cambria tickets at Daly's Place. Down in Jacksonville. Got some of those.
I win.
Okay. I got a few extra tickets. Probably going to hook you up. We'll do beer for breakfast with Wah, as Cotter mentioned, and then we'll do some music news to wrap the day up. Get you right into your weekend.
All right, so I'm going to Hilton Head, drinking beer. I mean, thrift shopping. What are your weekend plans?
I'm doing the ultimate radio morning show guy move today.
Okay.
I'm going to see a movie very early.
Good plan.
I'm going to see Shang-Chi.
Okay.
With my wife, late afternoon, 4 o'clock. We'll be home in time for dinner.
Yeah.
So I can get into bed nice and early. I'm going to do that. And then tomorrow, I broadcast live.
Oh.
That's right, Cotter.
Yes.
With our sister station, Bob, 106.9. Going to be out with our country station, broadcasting live at my home away from home, my favorite place on this earth, where my future car will come from, Chatham Parkway Toyota. That's right, 7 Park Commerce Lane. Yeah, 7 Park Commerce Lane. I think it's that. That's where it's located. It's fucking over there on Chatham Parkway. But I'll be over there broadcasting live tomorrow from 11 until 1.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just kind of a crapshoot.
Nice.
Oh, we're decorating the house for Halloween.
Okay.
I'm probably going to go out Halloween decoration shopping.
Nice. Now, I'm a fan of the early afternoon movie because nobody's there. It's usually cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Free guy was $9 for the ticket.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do I think a 4 o'clock showing.
Yeah.
What up, Ryan? Good morning. Andrew, good morning. Goes, good morning. Will not get to hang out long. I have to go run a route with my new guys. Maybe. Tell them to run their own goddamn route. They're getting paid for it. That's the thing that sucks about being a boss.
All right, guys, got about 15. Be right back. Will LeBron James' involvement in the remake of House Party, will it hurt the movie? We'll talk about that. All right, story number 1 about last night. Now, typically, I'm a fan of remakes and reboots.
Yeah.
I like to see what other people can do with a story, do with characters. I'm usually a fan of that. Now, there are some movies, TV shows you don't touch. 90s comedy House Party, not one of those movies.
Mm-hmm.
You want to remake it, go for it all day long. Doesn't bother me. However, when you mention LeBron James's production company, Spring Hill Entertainment, is involved in the remake, you start thinking, now maybe this is a red flag, especially after what happened with Space Jam.
Now, Space Jam 2 made a lot of money.
Yes.
Let's not look at this the wrong way, because Space Jam made a ton of money, but of course the internet is the internet, and they're very upset that he is going to be a part. Now, to my knowledge, he is not acting.
Correct.
He's not going to be in this new House Party film. They are just completely remaking it from the ground up, just with new actors and obviously new settings and everything. But apparently the story is pretty much the same according to one of its lead actors.
That is Rutimi. He's a singer and an actor. I think he is in, what movie is he in? Or not TV.
He's in the TV show Power.
Thank you. That's what he's in. Now, he did did an interview with TMZ recently, was talking about it. He said, storyline is similar, but it's new age. It's a fresh spin. He was asked about the LeBron James involvement and if that was going to have any kind of blowback on it. He really just blew it off. He didn't address that directly.
Yeah, he gave the greatest football guy answer of all time. He didn't really answer. He just said, I think the production's been great. It's been filled with a lot of hungry, young, new rising stars. I just can't believe they decided to remake House Party.
It is kind of random. I mean, I obviously starred Kid and Play back in the 90s. I think there was 2-3 House Party movies.
There was 3 or 4 House Party films. I would actually, I'd much rather see like a Revenge of the Nerds type situation going down as opposed to House Party. But apparently we're getting whatever this is going to be.
The internet, of course, didn't like it after this interview dropped with TMZ. They went nuts once they, once again realized LeBron James is involved. Somebody tweeted out, LeBron has ruined Space Jam, and now he's about to ruin House Party. Wonderful. Hold up. Who told LeBron to remake House Party? We didn't need Space Jam. We don't need this either. Now, the bad thing about this, with the whole premise of House Party, the first one is about them trying to throw just this big ultimate house party.
Right. It'd be weird if they did anything else with the title of the movie.
But because of the premise, LeBron James could show up.
Yeah.
As LeBron James, it's a big house party. He ends up, stumbling into this party. He could be in this movie.
He may make a cameo. That does make sense. But cross your fingers, he won't. We don't need to see LeBron James on screen anymore. He can produce everything he wants. I'm fine because I probably won't hear about it unless the internet freaks out like they just did with this one. But yeah, I'm good with LeBron never gracing my screen, at least for a movie again.
If Donald Trump had to fight one person, who would it be? Well, he made his choice. I'll tell you who that is. It's all tied to this fight tomorrow night between Belfort and Holyfield. It's on Triller. Got the story coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rockwood is 6-1.
Why is our audio popping so bad?
I don't know. Who's jacking with my stuff?
You got our headphones up quite a bit, too.
Yeah, because I had that low. Because I don't... Nobody touch this.
So yeah, I would just say turn the headphones down from the board and turn your headphones up through the.
I don't think it's. I don't know if it's headphones or if it's check.
I had to crank my headphones down during the break twice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, live radio. What's up, guys?
That's not.
You thought shit was going to keep working, right? Joke's on you.
Good thing is that doesn't go over the air. That's just us in-house.
That just annoys the living crap out of us.
Yeah.
You obviously have audio for this right here.
Yes.
Next break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got Trump's response. Oh, that's pretty funny. It's good.
All right. Once again, good morning, guys. Thanks for hanging around this morning. We have our call-in coming up here in like 45 minutes. God, it feels like forever from now. But once again, our question of the day is, what made you finally quit your job? Tell us those stories in the chat. We'll get to that just after 7 o'clock today.
All right, let's see if I can get the other stuff on the internet yet.
So, obviously, I was doing some research into Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings because I'm going to see it later today. But I was kind of perusing the internets this morning, and this story came out quite late yesterday. So Halloween Kills, which is the second of the new trilogy of the Halloween films, is going to premiere day and date in theaters and on Peacock on October 15th. Universal said that just Thursday. Now, Jamie Lee Curtis is going to come back, play Laurie Strode. Nick Castle returns to play as Michael Myers. David Gordon Green is directing the follow-up. He did the 2018 film. That made a crap ton of money because it was really great. So it's interesting they're making this choice. Now, Peacock has not really done the day and date, movie release like HBO has been doing all year. I think this is kind of their first one-ish.
Right.
So I'm kind of excited about this, with only $5 a month for Peacock. I mean, why not? Why would I not do this?
Yeah, I was planning on seeing it in the movie theater when it came out, but if it's going to be on Peacock, I'll just watch it from my couch.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the way to go. It's so funny. I unsubscribed from my Peacock subscription.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's still going for, I think I got another week on it before it technically is over with, but I think I have to extend it for a month because $5 watching Halloween Kills at home, that's pretty good. Halloween Kills isn't a movie that like you need to see in the movie theater though. Like when I think of like The Matrix 4, like I want to go see that in a movie theater. Huge explosions, gunfire. I want it all kind of encased around me. Halloween doesn't exactly give me that same feeling. Like I love that series and I love the new movie that came out a few years ago, but you know, I'm cool just sitting at home watching that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't. That one is definitely not a need to see on the big screen. So yeah, I'll save the money.
Charles has volunteered to waterboard Tim.
Thank you.
Oh, Tim. Oh my God. So Tim comes into the studio yesterday. So I'm doing some work after the show yesterday in studio, cleaning up, transferring some files. Tim, the engineer, comes in and he goes, "Marshall, what do you think of my outfit today?" And I look over. And Tim is dressed up exactly as Charlie Sheen used to dress from, what's that show?
2.5 Men?
2.5 Men. And he literally goes, "I am dressing up." He goes, "I think my new style is Charlie Sheen from 2.5 Men." And I look over and I'm like, I can go so many places with this. And I was just like, "You look great, buddy. You look great." He had the bowling shirt on.
Right.
He had the shorts. He had, I don't know, he had like Chucks on or something. It was a look. It was a look. What do you do with that guy?
It's a stellar question. Because I don't know.
One goes, "I saw that. He damn sure looked like Charlie." He did. He purposely dressed like that, thinking, "Wow, man, I'm going to go after that Charlie Sheen look all these years after that show." All right, so once again, guys, our question of the day is what made you finally quit your job? Also, we're going to get to the Mount Rushmore of Metallica Black Album songs. Sean, a.k.a. Horny for Smoked Meats, member of the Horde, who joins us every single morning, he was messaging us yesterday.
Yeah.
He was getting, I think he probably did more research than we did in regards to this Mount Rushmore because he actually literally had the physical CD listening to it in his car. So we'll do that just after 8 o'clock today. And once again, we welcome Roy into the studios for beer for breakfast. He's got some a couple selections from Sweetwater that he'll be bringing in for us today.
You know what he's bringing in at all, or?
Nope.
Okay.
He just said he's got a couple things from Sweetwater.
Because I believe they've got a new juicy IPA. I don't know how new it is. I saw it, I think, for the first time here recently. You down to try that?
Just check in. Yes, sir. Saw bringing 2 new products from Sweetwater. So they're 2 new products. That's all I got. Charles says you should have taken a picture of Tim. Trust me, the last thing I ever think about is grabbing my phone and trying to take a picture of that amalgamation of terribleness. I try to avoid that at all costs. All right, next story up is story about 45, baby.
If anybody went to the show last night, let us know how it went. Didn't make it to that one.
Tommy Beck show?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It seems like people are less and less wanting to go out, and it seems like I don't know, the shows aren't doing as well as they were.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
All right, we got about 4.5 minutes. Sorry, y'all. Internet's kind of starting to work, so a little behind getting everything going here.
4.5 minutes. All right. Well, let's share this little story I've been holding on to. So this is coming out of Sterling Heights, Michigan, courtesy of TV station WXYZ. Surveillance video shows a garbage truck crash into a building in Michigan, which I know is terrible. You know, I think the driver's okay.
That's good.
But when the garbage truck actually ran into a building, it exposed an illegal marijuana grow operation. Mike Palmieri owns the business next door. It was his surveillance camera that caught the crash. He goes, "We knew something was up next door, but we were neighbors that kept to ourselves. But whenever the Whoppers weren't cooking, you could smell them." Apparently, it was a Burger King. I'm not for sure.
Interesting. Okay.
He goes, and anytime after 10:30, it was gone, the smell. But if you were here in the evening time or morning time, it smelled like fresh skunk all morning long. Investigators on scene said there were about 60 marijuana plants inside, and that this is one of the many illegal grow operations that have been busted this year. The owner was renting the building to two people, according to police. Okay, maybe it was like an old, I can't quite tell.
Right.
I haven't seen the video yet. And it looks like kind of a larger building than like a Burger King or something.
Okay.
They said the grow goes against state and local codes, causing real hazards for the building and business around it. As for Palmieri and his business, which is next door, he says that when there's drug activity, there's also crime. If people want it, they know that's there. They're going to get it one way or another. So, that's a tough day for those guys. And I mean, talking like that garbage truck busted in the building, and there's like a fire inside the building.
Okay.
So all their product is gone.
So maybe that was their competition driving the garbage truck.
Yeah.
Going, got to put an end to this.
Are you saying the people of Sterling Heights, Michigan, the garbage guys actually have a marijuana grow business, and that was them attacking them?
It could be the garbage guys, or it's somebody who has ties to the garbage guys.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I need a favor. Somebody's coming in, stepping on my stuff.
It's kind of like The Sopranos when that guy was selling coke along the garbage routes, and Tony had to tell him to stop. It's just like that. I haven't seen the aftermath of how that comes out. Oh, okay. Oh, man.
All right, got about 90 seconds.
I mean, this guy ran through like multiple gates to get into the side of that building. That looks like he did it on purpose.
I'm telling you.
That's me.
Competition.
Yeah, competition is rough in Sterling Heights, Michigan, guys. Heather Davis, good morning.
Morning. Also got a story about a crazy football bet we're going to get to. This is like one of those bets you dream of. It's a nearly impossible bet. You throw a little bit of cash on, not expecting to win. And then when you do, game changer.
Yeah, when you're in Vegas and you're like, I'm going to parlay a bunch of these games, it's such a ridiculous thing. And something like that happens, it's the best day of your life.
Oh, yeah.
You're the luckiest person on earth.
I love how I think they made a bet through, like, it looked like a Win Sports app or whatever. Mm-hmm. I love how they, were promoting it as well.
Oh, yeah.
Look, guys, it's possible. You can win.
Bunch of $10 bets happen.
All right, guys, be right back. Could President Trump take President Biden in a fight? He thinks so. All right, so there's a fight going down tomorrow on Triller. Main event is Evander Holyfield taking on Vitor Belfort. Now, a couple things here new. Snoop, who normally does commentary for Triller,
right,
not doing this fight. Mm-hmm. 50 Cent taking his place.
Right.
Not saying 50 will do a bad job, but can you replace Snoop Dogg?
Probably not. I mean, I don't think 50 probably has the chops that Snoop Dogg has, at least on the mic. Now, that is going to be the main commentary team. It's going to include 50 Cent and a few of the like real play-by-play guys. But there is an alternative way of listening to the fights with a different commentary that includes former President Donald Trump, number 45, his son Donald Trump Jr., and Jorge Masvidal, Former, well, I guess he really wasn't a champion anything. He just knocked out a guy really cool once. And then a guy named Todd Grisham. So they're going to form a 4-man commentary team and provide an alternative, commentary for the main event next or tomorrow.
Yeah, so Todd Grisham, actually best known as a WWE commentator.
Oh.
Had a run in the WWE for a little bit.
Wait, wasn't there an author called Todd Grisham?
John Grisham?
John Grisham? Is his brother?
I doubt it. I don't think so. All right, so the second story about this fight is what is really interesting to me. So at a press conference for the fight, President Trump phoned in. Wasn't there. I think Don Jr. was there.
Right.
Trump wasn't. Well, one of the questions posed to President Trump was if he had to fight somebody Saturday night on Triller, who would it be and what would happen? Here was his response.
If you said, if I had to box somebody?
Anybody.
I think probably my easiest fight would be Joe Biden because I think he'd go down very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. You know, he once said, I'd like to take him behind the bar. He'd be in big trouble if he ever did. No, I think Biden would go down within the first few seconds.
The first few seconds?
Now, Cotter, I don't really agree with much of what Donald Trump says. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But I agree with this. I 100% agree with this.
Trump is younger?
Yeah.
He's taller?
Well, let's go to the tail of the tape, Cotter. Age, Donald Trump, 75. Sleepy Joe Biden, 78. Height, 6'3", Donald Trump. 6 foot for Joe Biden. And then the weight advantage is clearly on Donald Trump's side. 244 pounds. Joe Biden's 178. I think with just the straight up tail of the tape, Donald Trump will straight up knock out Joe Biden. I don't think in the first few seconds.
No, I don't think it'd be the first few seconds. I mean, they're both, in their mid to upper 70s. So, the punches aren't going to be coming with, a whole lot of oomph behind them.
How about this? Let's sign this fight. Let's go. Snoop Dogg on the commentary.
Yes.
1 minute rounds. We don't want to wear out the old guys.
Agreed.
All right. 1 minute rounds, 60s. You know what? 30-second rounds. I want to overwork them. We'll wait till Biden's out of office, so they'll both be a few years older.
Yeah.
And then, 30-second rounds. Let's go 3 rounds and see what happens.
Okay. This whole, celebrity boxing thing's getting out of hand. But it's the most attention boxing has gotten in years.
Right.
When do we see the first former president in a celebrity boxing match?
Well, I hope it's Jimmy Carter.
What?
Yeah.
What? Dude's 90.
Yeah, and
plus.
he'd win.
He'd win.
He'd absolutely win. That man's still building houses.
It's true. It's a very fair point.
Joe Biden can barely walk down a runway, man. You kidding me?
All right, coming up next, NBC. If you want to spend ads on the Super Bowl for 56, you're going to be spending all of the money. We got that story up next. There's Lincoln Park. It's crawling. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Heather was very kind to us this morning. She goes, I love listening to y'all. I said, we love you.
Thank you.
We love you right back. Harder. Harder. Let's see. Wanda says Jimmy would win. I agree. Old man could break his hip at any moment. Damn it. I think, what do you like? He had he hurt himself. And literally the next day, he's 90 plus years old. He was out building houses
that's
for
true.
Habitat for Humanity.
But yeah, no, in a fight between Trump and Biden, Trump all day long. All day long.
All right. Let's see. Coming up next, going to talk about those Super Bowl ads. The cost of them has already come out. It's ridiculous. I don't know how they've gone up over $1 million in price, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then we'll get into our call-in segment of the day, our question of the day. What finally made you quit your job? We'll take your stories. If you want to share yours now via the stream, feel free to do so. Also, you can call us 1-800-394-1061. You can also text us at that same exact number.
All right, just under 2 minutes. All right, let me see. I think stuff's starting to open. That's good. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I'm just logging into our text line, making sure I'm good here in just a few moments for when we jump on and do that.
Maybe it's working. I don't know. My machine worked fine. That one over there is working. I don't know why this one is not.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with you, man. Sorry. I got a great story. We'll share it after the break. But Tom DeLonge, formerly of Blink-182, currently of Angels and Airwaves, says masturbation is the secret to fast guitar playing. I don't know if I agree with that.
Sure.
Explain the Prince.
I don't know.
Pretty sure Prince wasn't masturbating.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe at the beginning.
So Vic is the world's fastest guitar player.
Maybe.
Vic's a drummer, though. I don't know if he can play guitar.
We got a text message on Wednesday. Says, I want to know where the massage parlor is addressed so I could get my happy ending.
Not this one.
Oh, Christ. Tony's going to yell at us.
All right, guys, be right back. If you want to advertise during Super Bowl 56, NBC will take all of your money. Stories coming up. Story number 3 about last night. Now, last year, the pandemic affected a lot of things. That includes the ad rates for the Super Bowl. Now, the cost of commercials last year actually dropped for the first time in 10 years. Companies didn't want to spend all kinds of money like they typically do during the Super Bowl. Well, that is not the case for Super Bowl 56. The big money ads are back, and the demand currently exceeds inventory.
Yeah, even at this point, with the Super Bowl 4 or 5 months away, I mean, it's like mid-February now because they added that extra game. So the average cost of a commercial during last year's Super Bowl, which was outstanding and also very sad because I wanted to see Kansas City win, was $5.5 million. That was slightly down from the year before at $5.6 million. This year's average Super Bowl commercial has gone up almost $1 million. Almost, actually, exactly $1 million to $6.5 million.
Now, I guess a couple months ago, NBC was like, look, we're wanting to get $6 million for like a 30-second ad. Still stupid. And now they're at 6.5, so they've already exceeded that, and they're going to sell out. I mean, I get it. Everybody's more excited. You know, it feels more like a traditional season. Last year, you couldn't really have fans in all the stands, and the Super Bowl was kind of weird. So I think there's a lot more hype around this season. I'm surprised it's jumped by $1 million, though.
Yeah, that's a very large amount, but I guess it's making up. I mean, it seems like everything somehow costs more just because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm somehow paying more for gas, groceries, wood. I mean, like, why is wood more? Like, it makes no sense, but apparently it is. And apparently this also correlates with Super Bowl commercials, which I'm kind of happy for because that's not put on the regular consumer. That's put on these stupid companies.
NBC is actually pretty smart, though, because if you want ads in the Super Bowl, you also have to buy a package for its Winter Classic, the NHL, the NHL bout that they do, the outside, a game.
Yeah, which is actually a genius move because a lot of people, I am at least, I'm watching the Winter Classic every single year because I'm so hungover from New Year's Eve. Usually I just lay on my couch and watch the Winter Classic almost on a yearly basis.
What are the odds we could talk the company into a Cotter and Marshall show ad in the Super Bowl?
Our company?
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
All right, coming up next, we're talking Metallica Weekend. We're going to honor 30 years of the Black Album. We'll tell you what's going down. It's coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Morning, Red. Thanks for joining us nice and early, buddy. All right, guys, once again, feel free to chime in. Our question of the day is, what finally made you quit your job? Once again, what finally made you quit your job? Feel free to chime in via the stream or call us up, 1-800-394-1061. You can also text in your stories at the same exact phone number. Fun fact, the comment I shared, the whole massage parlor thing, I was sent to G100. I was on the wrong Zip Whip channel.
Oh, okay.
Woo, thank God. That wasn't us, Tony. Don't yell at us if you're on the stream yet. So my wife, I told her the story yesterday where I told her I felt really grown up and she should be proud of me. She goes, well, what'd you do? And I was like, well, yesterday morning, my friend messaged me and asked if I wanted to buy a $300 12-foot skeleton. And I want you to know, I said no. And that's a really big improvement where I would just willy-nilly buy ridiculous things. Although I still kind of want it.
Yeah.
I said I would have done it if there was a certain version of this 12-foot skeleton, which is the pumpkin head skeleton. I would have totally bought it and spent $300 yesterday. But I said, no, you should be proud of me. And she looked over at me and she goes, I don't know what I am right now. She goes, I don't know how I feel about that. She goes, I kind of want that 12-foot skeleton. I'm like, I know, me too. But I think I made a real adult move by not buying it. She goes, I kind of agree. So, growing up over here, right in front of everyone's eyes.
I get it.
Right on the internet.
I mean, she agrees with you because she wouldn't want to spend her money on it. But if you want to spend your money on it, she's on board.
Yeah. Andrew says, my job made me quit my job. Oh. Charles says, when you say what job you quit, which job are you referring to? So when I say, what finally made you quit your job? As in a previous job that you've had, what incident kind of propelled you to quit that job?
Yeah.
Like when you were at Burger King and someone yelled at you for not putting enough ketchup on the burger. I mean, was that the moment that you snapped like Me, Myself, and Irene, Jim Carrey there and just absolutely freaked out on people and then left? Wanda, do we have time for a call? Absolutely. Call us up. We got a few minutes before we jump back into break. But once again, our question of the day is, what finally made you quit your job? It's fairly vague, and we did that on purpose. But go ahead and tell us your stories via the chat or call in like Wanda will.
Rock 1061, hello.
Hey, boys. How are y'all?
Good, how are you?
Morning, Wanda.
Good. Okay, so story time. This was probably about almost 5 years into my first real adult job, doing medical billing. My boss was a straight-up bitch to everybody. When she sunk her teeth into someone, she would not let go.
Ooh.
And there came a point to where she started in on me and totally took me off guard because I just didn't think she would do that to me. But anyway, she was given an account that she said she would work on because she wanted to handle it. I didn't document that I had given her the account. So then she twisted everything around to the administrator that I wasn't doing my job. So I knew what she was doing. She was going to end up trying to get me fired. So I told my husband, I said, that's it. I know what she's doing. I've seen her do it before. So during the middle of the day, I grabbed everything I could with my 2 arms and closed my door and walked out. And nobody knew I was gone for about 3 hours. So then I got a text. She's like, I don't know what's wrong with you, but, let's talk about it. And I want you to come back. I'm like, no, I'm done. Bye. So I had invested almost 5 years with that company,
Right.
and then she turned around and pulled some crap like that, and I'm like, that's it, I'm done. I'm not going to do this.
Do you want to just
Yeah,
call her? Do you want to call her out by her real name? We'll blank it out right here. Just want to say, hey, blah blah blah, F you. Just say it right now. It'll feel good. It'll make you feel positive vibes only, but get it out of your system. Just do it right now.
Fuck you, Cindy.
Yeah, take that, you bitch. Take that. There you go. Positive vibes only today, Wanda. I love it. You're going to have such a great day now.
Exactly. All right.
All right.
So, yeah, like I said, I was gone about 3 hours, and nobody knew I was gone until they opened the door and like, oh, she's not here.
Well, Wanda, thanks so much for calling in this morning. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Bye, guys.
See you,
See ya.
Wanda.
Charles, if you want to call in as well, give us like 4 minutes, and then we have a song, and then we're going to jump back on the air. Call us right after that. Cotter, just real quick, we already have 8 stories on the Facebook page, so we have a ton.
Good.
People up early this morning chiming in. I love it. Do you want to take a second and edit that up
Yeah,
real
if we
quick
could, that'll
right
make it
now,
easier.
just so we have it ready? Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
we'll
guys.
be right back.
Be right back.
All right, guys, back on the stream. We're going back on the air here in less than 20 seconds.
All right, guys. Be right back. $1991 was an absolute great year for music. One of the all-time greatest albums ever dropped that year. That was Metallica's Black Album. So this year, 30th anniversary of Metallica's Black Album. Coming up today, 8 o'clock, Marshall and I are going to battle out a Mount Rushmore of the best songs from the Black Album.
That's right.
I think it's going to be a toughest Mount Rushmore ever. But coming up this weekend and starting this afternoon at 5 o'clock, we have got a Metallica weekend.
And we're doing a lot of things to celebrate Metallica this weekend. So first and foremost, starting at 5 o'clock, like Kyler said, we are going to play blocks of Metallica at the top of every single hour all weekend long. Plus, we're going to play the Black Album in its entirety over lunchtime and at 5 o'clock. So twice a day, we're going to play the Black Album thoroughly, like all the way through, all 12 songs. Front to back. Now, also, over the weekend, listen up for the keyword for your chance to win a digital download of the new remastered album. Then one grand prize person is going to win a 3-CD expanded edition. So we'll have that contest running all weekend long, starting at 5 o'clock today.
It is the 30th anniversary celebration of Metallica's Black Album, kicking off this afternoon at 5. Coming up after 7, calls, comments, text 800-394-1061. We've all had that crappy job, but what was the final tipping point? What made you quit your job? We have got a great call from Wanda coming up, but we want your stories as well. 800-394-1061. What finally made you quit your job? Your stories after 7 o'clock. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Morning, Tony. Morning, Tony. I was just talking about you a little while ago. I was telling a story about how I felt like a real grown-up when I didn't buy a $300 12-foot skeleton. My wife was somewhat proud of me, but you could hear the disgust in her voice when she said that. But I just felt really good. Felt really good about, avoiding that purchase. Although I still want it. I still want it.
Marshall, you're a Cubs fan. There's always next year.
Yeah, there is always next year. It's true. I'll tell you what, man, I didn't know the lengths of decorating for Halloween until actually I got an opportunity to meet Tony and visit her place of business, a Perfect Touch Massage, which is right next door to our radio station. I walked by her window the other day, and she decorated like a week ago.
Yeah.
But somehow there's more stuff in the window. Like she has a giant witch's cauldron now that lights up.
Saw that.
And she has like more and more stuff. It's unbelievable how many Halloween decorations our friend Tony actually owns. And now she has this 12-foot skeleton. Where's that going to go? Is that a home decoration? Is that a work decoration? Because I want to see it.
I mean,
I want to know what I'm missing out on.
It's got to be a home decoration, right? Where are you going to put it here?
I don't know.
I mean, there's really I wouldn't trust it here either.
No, I wouldn't trust it here. But maybe inside of her building, I'm not for sure. Maybe she pops out some ceiling tiles. I'm not for sure. Rhett says, speaking of songs, what was the number one song from Labor Day weekend? Cotter, share that information.
Master of Puppets by Metallica.
By Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, it was the cover. It was the cover everybody did. We just made those the top 10.
She actually performed with Metallica. Miley Cyrus did on a kind of a virtual call-in with Howard Stern yesterday.
Okay.
Tony says the landlord would shit if I put it up there.
Yeah, he totally would. Totally.
Put it on top of the building. How cool would that be?
Yes.
You can see it for miles. David, what's up, man? He goes, hell yeah, Metallica. David also just said, you said you were on a little camping trip, right, Dave?
All right, we got another call.
I think this is Charles calling in.
Rock 1061, hello.
Yes, Big Bald and Sexy. How
What's
are y'all
up?
this morning?
How's it going, man? Doing good.
Good. Yeah, well, I'm going to call y'all while my blood pressure is, below 200 over 100 right now.
It's a good plan. It's a good plan.
Yeah. All right, so 2 jobs I quit back to back, which pushed me into starting my own business. And even though I started bitch about my business, I will never work for another company again.
Right.
So 2 jobs ago, GM up in Charleston of a steel company. Incredible year in the steel business. They call us halfway through the year saying, we're going to change your compensation. I said, oh, really? Y'all getting ready to screw me? No, you blah, blah, blah. Went on and on and on. So I had a handshake deal, getting 4% of the net profit. So at the end of the year, numbers are crunched. I'm looking at a $143,000 bonus, right?
Nice.
Cool.
They give me $45,000. So said thank you, shook their hands, took them to the airport, went back to the office, started faxing my resume out. Took me about 5 weeks, found a job. So that comes to the last job. Ops manager of a company here, doing really well. I'm reducing costs, reducing turnover. Things are getting stable. making a lot of improvements. I'm putting in like 65 hours a week. Boss calls me in his office one day, says, "Hey, well, I don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth out of you."
What?
I said, "Oh, really?" So he went on and gave his little spiel. I just nodded and listened to him and didn't really say much. Went home, told Ashley, "Start my business tomorrow." She goes, "You're a what?" So I told her the story. I said, "You know what? I can't really take it anymore." So
Yeah.
she goes, "Okay." And that was 15 years ago. So, yep, I'll never work for another person in the rest of my life.
Yeah, I mean, once again, I'm not a math guy, but I'm pretty sure that $140,000 bonus you're supposed to receive is definitely not $40,000. Like, once again, not a math guy, not good with numbers, but that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, and I tell you, if they would have paid me what they owed me at that company, I'd still be there.
Yeah.
I would never. Anyway, so y'all gave Tony the ability to do this. So I just want to say this to the Canadian company that screwed me out of $103,000. Fuck you, Gary Stern, you fucking Canadian.
Perfect.
Thanks, Charles.
Thank you, man.
Have a good one, bye.
I see ya.
You fucking Canadian. Let's go play hockey and drink your maple syrup, you son of a bitch.
All right, guys, let me edit that up real quick. We'll be right back.
All right, guys, back on the live stream. Thanks for hanging out with us while Cotter was editing up that phone call. Obviously, Charles dropped a few Canadians, so we had to edit those out. Jesus, Charles, the mouth on you. Sean goes, I told everyone, I go, we'll be back in like 2 minutes. He goes, Cotter, geez, 2 minutes? Be better.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so we'll kick off our call-in segment here in just a few minutes. Speaking of, Cotter, we have quite a few from Facebook, if you want to grab those.
Yeah.
How do you want to kick off your this break here? Sorry. Do we want to go straight into a call?
I think we play, since we have two, I think we definitely play one right here in this first break. I don't care which one. Both of them are good.
Let's use Charles because Charles references the first call. So use Wanda first.
Sure.
Let's go with Wanda first, and then do you want to go right out the gate, or do you want to read a couple stories to kind of get people warmed up?
I mean, I'm trying to think. I've got one. I've got two. I think I've told versions of them before, but I mean, I can.
Why don't we hold on to those? Let's go. Well, maybe not. How much time we have before we jump on the air?
4 minutes.
Okay. Got a minute. Let's figure this out while I do this.
So, got a couple. I mean, got a couple off to read them. I haven't read them yet. All right.
Sorry, guys. We're editing stuff up so we can get ourselves situated for our call-in topic today. Once again, our call-in topic is what finally made you quit your job. Some people have, like one-word stories. Other people's have just these girthy tales of awfulness. Ooh.
Yeah, there's two good ones here. I mean, the two girthy ones or the two longer ones are both really good. I mean, I could start with one of those. You got some on the stream?
I actually don't have any stories on the stream yet. Oh, of course, I say that and Tony drops one.
All right, we got about 2 minutes.
Sean goes, just imagine if you played Charles's call first. People at 7:02 a.m. having to hear Canadians twice this early? Yuck.
Oh, Charles dropping his Mount Rushmore of the Black Album. I like it.
Don't read that. Don't let it influence you, Cotter.
I've already got mine. Got mine right here. It is written.
Because I've listened to the Black Album so much, today I actually didn't write anything. I have the track listing.
Okay.
I'm just going by feel today.
Hey, do
I'm
it.
just gonna let it's like taking off your underwear when you get home. I'm just gonna let my balls hang out on this Mount Rushmore.
Please don't.
And just air it all out. Just let it flow. Just let it flow. I'm gonna drag my balls all the way across this Mount Rushmore, all across those craters of former presidents' heads, Cotter.
All right, we got about a minute. All right, so what do we want to do here? We'll end with Wanda's call.
Yeah, I'm gonna save this story with Tony. Yeah, let's end with Wanda's call, and let's start with Charles's call on the next break.
Yeah,
because I can then follow up that call with a story
Tony.
from Tony.
Okay.
So
do we want to read? Because I mean, Wanda's call is about a minute and a half. So I mean, we can read one of those. Like I said, I've got a couple.
Yeah, so I'll use two from the Facebook page.
Okay, which ones?
I'll use Adam's and Dana's.
Okay.
So I'll start with Adam, then I'll do Dana's, and they're just real short.
Yeah.
So go ahead and start off with a longer Facebook story.
Right.
I'll do the two short ones and then go into the call.
Perfect.
And then the second break, we'll start with Charles, and then we'll go with more.
Sounds good.
From the stream and chat.
All right, guys, got about 20 seconds. Be right back. We've all had bad jobs, but what we want to know is what finally made you quit. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Hop on that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Join the horde here on a Friday morning. All right, so we're taking your calls, comments, and texts today. What finally made you quit your job? The 800 number is 800-394-1061. Marissa hit us up on Facebook nice and early this morning. Mm-hmm. She said, my job was stressful and customers were extremely abusive. Took a toll on my health after a while. I requested to step down to a part-time position.
Okay, so she was full-time.
Full-time.
Yeah, she wanted to go down to the part-time.
Yep, wanted to take care of her health. Now, when she brought it up to her supervisor, she said the supervisor laughed as if the request was absurd. She said that HR had previously told them the position will never offer part-time hours, so she would not even bother with the request.
Yeah.
That sucks. So she said she resigned at the end of the week. It wasn't about the hours. It was because she refused to hear me or go to bat for me like she's been touting since the interview. I knew I could find a less stressed job elsewhere, and I did for more money.
Yeah, I always take that into consideration when the manager at the very beginning is like, always have your back. Like, you don't even know me.
Yeah.
What if I'm just a big piece of garbage over here and I'm like the worst worker ever? You're going to have my back? Like, I don't like it when they try to like lure you in with this sense of security. It's like Pennywise putting candies down to that storm drain, Cotter. I mean, like, essentially she worked for a big clown.
All right, taking the calls, comments, and texts. What finally made you quit your job?
So Adam chimed in, and I probably got a feeling that a few people can probably relate to this one. He goes, the Army said I was too old. Yeah, I could see that. You know, my brother is retired from military life mostly,
right?
And he's definitely too old.
I'm waiting for that day to happen in radio.
That you're too old to do radio?
Yeah, because I mean, we're in a format to where I think we can get away with it for a while. Mm-hmm. But I mean, after a while, it's like, dude, you're 70, you can't do rock anymore.
Yeah, you could get pretty close to retirement age, or what is considered retirement age right now.
Yeah,
I think retirement age in 20 years is probably going to be like 90. So,
and I will be on the air until the day I die.
Yeah, no, without a doubt, which is 3 months from now from a heart attack. Cotter, I got one other one that we got from our Facebook, and once again, thank you for everyone chiming in on Facebook and the stream and texting this morning. Once again, our question of the day is, what finally made you quit your job? This one's ridiculous. Dana said, I had a person cuss me out and call me the C word over fried catfish. What? Oh, I want to know the exact location. Like, is this like a fine dining-ish experience, or is this like the Legion Hall?
Yeah, there are some jobs that the abuse, I mean, a lot of jobs, that the abuse you take from customers aren't worth it. I would say the service industry is probably one of those jobs.
Yeah, I mean, the turnaround and turnover in service industry is large, mostly because of certain things. I'm guessing management and also the customers. Because face it, certain customers can be the absolute worst.
All right, what finally made you quit your job? Hit us up with a call, 800-394-1061. Here's a great one from Wanda.
Okay, so story time. This was probably about almost 5 years into my first real adult job, doing medical billing. My boss was a straight-up bitch to everybody. When she sunk her teeth into someone, she would not let go.
Ooh.
And there came a point to where she started in on me and totally took me off guard because I just didn't think she would do that to me. But anyway, she was given an account that she said she would work on because she wanted to handle it. I didn't document that I had given her the account, So then she twisted everything around to the administrator that I wasn't doing my job. So I knew what she was doing. She was going to end up trying to get me fired. So during the middle of the day, I grabbed everything I could and closed my door and walked out, and nobody knew I was gone for about 3 hours. So then I got a text. She's like, I don't know what you, but, let's talk about it, and I want you to come back. No, I'm done. I had invested almost 5 years with that company,
Right.
and then she turned around and pulled some crap like that, and I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I'm not going to do this.
Do you want to call her out by her real name? We'll blank it out right here. You just want to say, hey, blah, 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 F you. Just say it right now. It'll feel good. It'll make you feel positive vibes only, but get it out of your system. Just do it right now. Yeah, take that, you bitch. Take that. Yeah, take that, lady.
I feel we're doing a service today, Marshall.
It's cathartic in so many ways. It really is. Sometimes you got to get off your chest.
Yeah.
And, the name of our show today is Positive Vibes Only Friday, guys. So you know what? If you have an issue with a former boss that you maybe walked out on, call us up, 1-800-394-1061. Tell us why you left. And then, we'll allow you to have that little moment of zen, just like Wanda just had.
Big, bald, and sexy Charles takes advantage of that. We'll get to his call coming up next. Want more of your stories as well. What finally made you quit your job? 800-394-1061. Hit us up with a call, comment, and text. Here's Chevelle. It is Mars Simula. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 1061.
I got a text in from, Salsa Mark as well.
Okay.
All right, guys, thanks for that. Let's see. I've got a couple short ones. If you want to take that Katie Rabbit one,
okay.
That's one of the longer ones.
Yeah. All right. 3.5 minutes. We'll get back to it. Got a great call from Charles. If you missed that earlier, that's great. Great story from Wanda Tony that kind of ties into that. So do we want to do Charles and then Tony and then come back with Katie's and some of the other ones? Because, Charles' call is about 2 minutes.
Okay. Let me read all of Tony's here. Give me a second.
Okay, sure. All right, guys, don't forget, coming up a little bit later on, I'm going to talk Matrix 4 trailer. It came out yesterday. Hopefully you guys got a chance to see that. Crazy college football bet from last weekend. This is one of those bets that you're in Vegas and you're like, you know what? I'm going to drop $10. Hope for the best. Because if I lose, it's $10. This guy did not lose. Story's coming up. And of course, we've got Super Ticket. Going to give you the Super Ticket Artist of the Day. Your chance to get qualified to win a pair of tickets for 5 different shows coming to the area over the next month or so. Our Mount Rushmore of songs from the Black Album, Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? And, of course, Roy Kellett from United Distributing going to join us at 9 o'clock this morning for beer for breakfast, bringing in a couple brews from Sweetwater. Love that place. Can't wait to sample some of those, see what we got for us today.
All right, so, let's go ahead and kick off the next break with Charles. After that, I'll get into the story with Tony. And then, where is it at? There it is. All right. And then, guys, once again, on the chat, if you have a story that you could share with us, that would be great. What finally made you quit your job? That's our question of the day. Go ahead and drop it into the chat, and we'll share your stories with you coming up here in just a little bit. As of right now, let's just go with the 2. Let's go with Charles and then into Tony.
Sounds good.
And then, last break, we can kind of wrap up with what we have left. Charles and Tony are having a conversation in regards to a story that Tony shared, and it ended with, I was just talking about, she goes, damn, just thought of this. The chiropractor I was talking about is from Canada.
I got about a minute left, guys. Get back into it. Going to fire it up with Charles's call.
All right, once again, guys, our question of the day is, what finally made you quit your job? Please feel free to share your stories with us here on the chat this morning. We'll get to them coming up here in just a few moments.
Looks like we got, or is it just
Yeah, I've just got 2 text messages.
Okay.
One revolves around the vaccine, oddly enough.
Okay.
And the other one is from Salsa Mark. So we got those 2, plus I'm sure we have a few others.
Yeah,
as
we
well.
got, and then was it Katie?
I think Sherry just shared one as
Yeah,
well.
I think Katie. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning, everybody on air and on the stream. Thank you for hanging out. We are taking your calls, comments, and text. What finally made you quit your job? Hit us up, 800-394-1061. Got an absolutely stellar call from Big, Bald, and Sexy.
2 jobs I quit back to back, which pushed me into starting my own business. 2 jobs ago, GM up in Charleston of a steel company. Incredible year in the steel business. They call us halfway through the year saying, we're going to change your compensation. I said, oh, really? Y'all getting ready to screw me? No, you blah, blah, blah. Went on and on and on. So I had a handshake deal, getting 4% of the net profit. So at the end of the year, numbers are crunched. I'm looking at a $143,000 bonus, right?
Nice.
Cool.
They give me $45,000. So said thank you, shook their hands, took them to the airport, went back to the office, started faxing my resume out. Took me about 5 weeks, found a job. So that comes to the last job. Doing really well. I'm reducing costs, reducing turnover, making a lot of improvements. I'm putting in like 65 hours a week. Boss calls me in his office one day, says, hey, well, I don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth out of you.
What?
I said, oh, really? Went home, told Ashley, start my business tomorrow. She goes, you're a what? So I told her the story. I said, you know what? I can't really take it anymore. So
Yeah.
She goes, okay. And that was 15 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, once again, I'm not a math guy, but I'm pretty sure that $140,000 bonus you're supposed to receive is definitely not $40,000. Like, once again, not a math guy, not good with numbers, but that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, and I tell you, if they would have paid me what they owed me at that company, I'd still be there. Y'all gave Tony the ability to do this, so I just want to say this to the Canadian company that screwed me out of $103,000. You, Gary Canadian.
Oh, man, the Canadian hate right there. Just so everyone knows, we're a pro-Canadian radio show, a morning show. 100%.
Yes.
We love Canadians.
Yes.
We love their syrup. We love their hospitality. We love their mooses. We love, what else is from Canada?
They got some good beer.
The Toronto Raptors.
Yes. Bob and Doug McKenzie.
They have lakes.
Strange Brew.
Yes. I like how north they are on the planet.
Rush.
All right, maybe not so much. Maybe we don't love them. Actually, you know what? Screw Canadians. I hate them. All right, let's go back to the chat, Cotter. Tony dropped in a story, and she said, my story is a little similar to Charles. She goes, when I bought my business, I was working for a chiropractor's office. I continued to work for them because until you make money in a business, you need to continue to have money. She says, every year we would have a big Christmas party. Gift time came around, and he gave all the staff their diamond necklaces and bonuses. I got a $4 bottle of wine and no bonus.
What?
She goes, that was the nail. I left 2 months later and gave the bottle back as a parting gift to him. Man, that sucks. I mean, obviously her boss, she owned a chiropractor business.
Right.
She was working for him. He was like, oh, technically you're the competition, but I need someone. And, man, no love to Tony right there.
I mean, I get maybe some frustration of, hey, you're my competition, but still the employee, still doing a great job. I mean, my wife just got a massage from Tony, loved every minute of it.
Yep.
So why not, honor the employee you got there? That's dirtbag move.
Yeah, that's just bad management there. Bad management.
All right, still taking your calls, your comments, your texts. What finally made you quit your job? 800-394-1061. Katie got screwed over while pregnant. That's low. Got that story coming up next, as well as yours. What finally made you quit your job? 800-394-1061. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 1061.
I haven't gone back to the Facebook post, but I'm sure we probably got some more on that. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 from the Facebook that we still haven't touched. I've got 1 from the stream from Sherry, and then there's 2 text messages as well.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and refresh this. All right, guys. Once again, thank you so much for chiming this morning. You've made our call-in segment really fun to kick off the very last day of the week, heading into our weekend. Once again, our question of the day is, what finally made you quit your job? What was the last straw? Go ahead and let us know via the stream or call us up, 1-800-394-1061. I think I watched the Matrix trailer probably about 5 times yesterday.
Yeah?
Because I was trying to catch all the little things that people were talking about, like the little nuances. So I've got some sort of insight into what could possibly be going on. All right, so how do you want to work our final break here?
All right, so I got Katie's. Obviously, we'll read that.
Yeah, get into that. I kind of like some of the shorter ones here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Justin, Jim, and Sebastian, all kind of good.
Okay.
And then let me just check out the chat real quick. How about this? I'll share. Do your story first.
Okay.
And I'm going to end on Salsa Mark.
Okay.
Salsa Mark's kind of fun. So I'll end on Salsa Mark's one, which includes the dumpster.
Okay. So Katie's, and then are you going to do a couple?
Yeah, go into Katie's first, and then I'll just do a couple quick hitters.
Okay.
And
then Salsas.
And then I'll go into salsas, and then we'll wrap up there for the break.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, still coming up in the show, we do have beer for breakfast. We're going to have Roy in from United. Got some Sweetwater offerings for us to help us kick off the weekend. We'll also get into the Mount Rushmore of Metallica. We get a showcase, if you're watching the live stream, which obviously you are right now, I get to showcase the new little artwork panel thing I made for it, or had made for it. It's pretty cool. I'll show it off right now. Whenever you can get, I think that's Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, do we need to get Thomas Jefferson shooting laser beams out of his eyes? I think it's just a good day. It's pretty fun.
That's good. I
so
like that.
we'll share that here in just a little while. Doing our Mount Rushmore of best songs from the Metallica Black Album. Now, there was a story I mentioned earlier where Tom DeLonge said masturbation is the secret to fast guitar playing.
Yes.
Apparently, the secret to have lightning speed to play guitar, punk rock, is masturbation, according to Tom DeLonge, where he was getting interviewed by Guitar World. He said, playing the guitar fast is not easy, especially doing it good and doing it for hours. You want to know the secret? It's all about masturbation. That's the only way to do it. And if you don't masturbate, you can't play punk rock.
So there's no science behind it. That's just.
It's just. I think he's talking from experience,
Fair
talking
enough.
from his skillfulness as a band leader. So
Fair enough.
it'd be one thing if it was just some random guy on the street saying that. But I mean, Tom DeLonge, a successful musician, I think you should honestly take it into consideration.
Kids, if you want to pick up a guitar. We'll also get to Are You Smarter Than Community College Dropout Coheed and Cambria tickets, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Saw them years ago. They opened up for Avenged Sevenfold in Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah, Claudio and the rest of the guys, I mean, they do such a great job, and they've made their band such an immersive experience that I think it's really helped them last as long as they've had. I mean, they have connected their albums in this weird ongoing story.
Right.
They've included comic books. I think they had action figures for like some of the characters in their comic books before. So they've done a great job of kind of expanding this like MCU universe over their albums. And just their music is great. Claudio's voice is incredible. So.
Yeah. Best hair in the business.
Well, it's not only Coheed and Cambria. The Used is also on that show.
Oh, shoot.
And it's a Friday night.
Oh,
I know. I'm considering going myself.
sounds awesome.
Now, the PlayStation State of Play was yesterday. I mentioned it a couple times yesterday on the live stream. Oh, boy. If you're a video game fan, you loved yesterday.
Was it good?
So they announced Spider-Man 2, which is the sequel to the Spider-Man game that came out a few years ago. That was very popular.
Great game.
Yep. They showed off the very first footage from God of War Ragnarok, which is the second God of War game. What else? The same guys who are doing the Spider-Man game are now making a Wolverine game.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then they are remaking Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It's a game that originally came out like on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
But is beloved.
Yes.
And they're remaking it, and people are very excited about that. And like all those games are like PlayStation 5 exclusives at launch and everything. It was a big day yesterday for PlayStation fans. There's
Nice.
Rhett screaming God of War and Star Wars Old Republic. Sean says, has anyone tried the 2021 Mountain Dew Voodoo yet? What is Voodoo?
I don't know. What is this?
Cotter, as a Mountain Dew fan, I feel embarrassed for you for not knowing this already.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to Mountain Dew, I'm a straight-up Mountain Dew guy. I don't do any of the variants. It's Mountain Dew, it's Diet Mountain Dew.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm not a big variant guy when it comes to the Dew.
You don't do the Dew, bro.
I don't do it properly, maybe. That's fine.
So I got in some of the obviously flaming hot Mountain Dew. It's actually sitting behind Cotter on the shelf right now. We should actually just do a little taste test next week.
I think we should.
Maybe we'll do that on Tuesday.
Okay.
And we can talk about Torture Tuesday being the following.
Okay. It's the mystery flavor for Halloween every year. Oh, there you go.
The Voodoo? Oh. See, I don't live that Mountain Dew life, man. You know, I'm not extreme enough, so.
So WWE is kind of shrugged off, Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, and everybody heading over to AEW.
Yeah.
Well, this week, AEW, for the first time ever, edged out Raw in the key demo. I mean, very much just barely edged them out. We're talking 1849. It was 681,000 for Dynamite, 678,000 for Raw. So barely edged out, but for the first time ever. And Dynamite on Wednesday had an average viewer of 1.3 million. So WWE over here going, yeah, it's not a big deal. It'll be fine. It's a big deal, guys.
Red asked if we had anyone play in our fantasy football league last night. So
I did not have any.
Let me check. Honestly, it's sad. I did not look.
We got about 10 seconds. We'll be right back, guys. Big thanks to everybody call, comment, and texting today on the question, what finally made you quit your job? Had a lot of great stuff. Continue to text in, 800-394-1061. You can also hit us up on the chat. Now, Katie hit us up on Facebook. She said, I was pregnant, and I had terrible morning sickness. The manager at the time told me she didn't care and would make me stand in the freezer and lift heavy things. When you're pregnant, you're not supposed to lift heavy things.
She was.
She refused to help, even if I needed it. I worked 4 a.m. to 3 p.m. just about every day, and she would complain I didn't work enough. She would belittle every move I made, and whatever I had a question, she would look at me like I was an idiot. One day, the new hire told me she called me lazy and useless.
Yikes.
So I handed her my apron and dipped the F out.
Yeah, sometimes, working a gig like that when you feel so unappreciated, it's good just to step away instead of burning the business down to the ground because that's what you're wanting to do.
I just don't see how you treat somebody who's pregnant that bad. I mean, to me, there's legal ramifications?
Yeah.
Something?
Well, not all pregnant people are made the same. Some handle pregnancy well. Others people are just different.
No, but making any pregnant person lift heavy things,
Right.
to me, is kind of like a no-brainer. You don't do that.
Yeah, probably not a good idea. Well, Cotter, let's go to the chat real quick. Once again, our question of the day is, what finally made you quit your job? I love some of these. Jim just says, to be determined. I feel like Jim is teetering on the edge of his job employment status right now, and he just wrote, to be determined, and then a whole lot of dots after that. Sebastian had an interesting one, and I wish he would have followed up a little bit more. He just wrote meth. Is he doing the meth? Was he making meth?
I don't know.
Was his boss making meth? Was his boss smoking meth? Did they sell meth as a business? Was it not good? Did he not get his bonus?
Maybe not.
Was his boss a Canadian?
I bet.
Who also made meth? Who also never gave him his bonus?
I mean, a meth bonus. You've got to be pretty strong.
Well, no, not a meth bonus.
Well, no, a bonus for selling meth.
But from selling meth. Yes, of
gotta be
course.
strong.
Yeah, we do not advocate selling meth or smoking meth.
No, don't do
We're
it.
actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and put this bold statement out there, Cotter. We are an anti-meth show.
Pro-Canadian, anti-meth.
Yeah. Has any other morning show in Savannah said we're against meth? I don't think so.
Probably
We're
not.
making that bold statement right now. The Cotter Marsh Show, meth-free since, what year is this? 2021. 2021. Yeah, you're welcome. All right. One more. Justin said on the chat, I decided to move to Asia. Okay.
Justin.
Yeah.
Smith, he worked, he did the sound for Capital A for a bunch
Oh,
of stuff.
that Justin.
That Justin is awesome. I love that Justin.
Yeah, there's so many other Justins that suck.
Oh,
Justin.
That Justin's great.
All right, Cotter, we got one more from the chat that I wanted to share, and it's from our good buddy Salsa Mark. So once again, our question of the day was, what finally made you quit your job? He said, morning, lads. What made me quit my job was when I knew more than the bosses did, and they were telling me what to do, and I kept telling them, no, that's not the right way. I've been trained in this all my life, and they kept giving me a hard time. So I just said, hasta la vista, baby, and said, blank you. And then I threw the keys in a dumpster and left. Man, that's bold. Not even handing the keys, just tossing the keys in the dumpster like a hook shot from Magic Johnson. Incredible stuff, Mark.
All right, guys, thank you for playing along this morning. Appreciate it. Coming up next, we're talking Matrix 4. The trailer dropped yesterday. Here's Royal Blood, Trouble's Coming, Cotter and Marshall. Rock 106.1.
Rhett goes, the award-winning meth-free Cotter and Marshall show. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. We are meth-free since 2021. We cannot, I won't say anything from previous to that.
Won't comment.
Rhett, actually, to answer your question, I actually did have someone play last night. I had Greg Zerline, who had a rough night, but he still got 12 points for me. So kudos to Greg Zerline. He missed a 60-yarder and a 35-yarder, and that was when I was watching. I went to bed about the middle of the third quarter.
Yeah, I didn't have anybody play last night for the Cotter and Marshall League. Your league, I'm taking on your wife in game one. She is now kicking my ass like 16-2.
Oh, okay.
I had a running back who did not do well.
Yeah, sounds like it.
2 points. 2 points.
All right. Let's see. Miss Meats and I have guessed the first 2 years this one. I don't know. Oh, when it comes to the Voodoo Mountain Dew? Yeah.
So, Marshall, you like horror movies. So there's a website called Finance Buzz. Looking for someone to watch 13 horror movies. They'll pay you $1,300.
I'll do it.
They're going to send you a Fitbit so they can monitor your heartbeat and see how scared you get. The movies made with varying budgets. Suppose they want to know if the budget affects the amount of scares in a movie. The movies are Saw, Amityville Horror, Quiet Place 2, Candyman, Insidious, Blair Witch Project, Sinister, Get Out, The Purge, Halloween from 2018, Paranormal Activity, and Annabelle.
I know I'm quite the horror movie buff, and I'm without a doubt I've seen every single one of those
I was going to say
every single one of those movies I've seen every one.
I've seen.
What's the website again? I'm literally going to say.
It is Finance Buzz.
Finance Buzz.
Yep, financebuzz.com. Applications are due September 26th. Yeah, I'm looking at that. I've seen 2 of them. I've seen Blair Witch and Saw.
Oh, speaking of horror movie fans, on HBO Max this weekend, there is a brand new horror movie that came out. It's in theaters as well. It's called Malignant, and it's on HBO Max. So if you're looking for a new horror movie to watch, make sure to hop on over to HBO Max this weekend and check that out. I'll definitely be watching that probably on Sunday.
Cool.
Perfect touch. Tony says, I already have the Fitbit and seen all of them as well. Nice. Charles says, do Canadians play fantasy curling? Probably.
Maybe.
I would love to join a league, though.
I want to curl. That's something I just want to try once.
Right.
Want to have a couple drinks and curl.
Maybe you could do it tomorrow when you're over in Hilton Head. Curling sounds like an old person sport.
Maybe.
All right, we're getting into Matrix 4 here?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys, got about 30 seconds.
Perfect.
I do have hooks for all of the Metallica songs. We'll see how smoothly that goes, since I don't know what the list are for. But I think we'll be all right.
I mean, you have a hook from every song, right?
Yeah.
It'll go smoothly.
All right, guys, be right back. So yesterday morning, during, last hour or so of the show.
Yeah, right around 9 o'clock.
The trailer for Matrix Resurrection dropped. It's a 3-minute trailer. Now, they used the song White Rabbit from Jefferson Airplane, and I couldn't think of a more perfect song. Not just for this trailer, but for this film series in general, talking about the pills, one making you taller, one making you smaller. It just fits so perfectly.
Yeah, and very, very excited to check out this new Matrix film. It comes out just before Christmas this year, HBO Max, and in theaters. And I think the theater experience is probably the way, probably to go watch this thing. But, I mean, there's a lot to dive into because the first trilogy of the Matrix, the first film was so well received. The next two, not so much.
Right.
But I actually really love the trilogy as a whole. Now, the story was okay, but the fight scenes is where it's at. Like, you didn't go watch the Matrix for the amazing story. You went to go see hot chicks and then people punching each other in the face while flying in the air. It was the coolest.
Yeah, I think you're going to probably get a lot of that in this movie. It was good because they gave you things, but I don't felt like they gave you too much because, even if they did, you don't really know what's going on in this movie. You don't know how they're picking up, what's going on, how they connect it to the original trilogy. So, there are so many questions.
Yeah, because the two major characters of the new film, Matrix Resurrections, is Keanu Reeves, who played Neo, and then Carrie-Anne Moss, who played Trinity. Now, both these characters, for the most part, what we thought at the end of the trilogy was they died.
Yeah.
So here's the early theory. Apparently, the machines have plugged Neo into the Matrix just before he died. So his subconscious is in there. His body may be dead.
Okay.
Same thing with Trinity, and maybe that's the whole idea beyond this is their like beings are still in the Matrix. That's why they still have like physical bodies in the Matrix, and that's why they're still trying to find each other in this film. That's just like the early theories that are kind of going out there right now.
Now, they both obviously are featured in the trailer. They do meet each other, and they act like they don't know each other. So once again, just a lot of mysteries around this. A lot of people dug the trailer within an hour. Got about 1 million views on YouTube alone. Do you think Keanu Reeves looks too much like John Wick?
A lot of people were saying that they just think it's just John Wick fell into the Matrix universe. No, I'm totally fine with that. Keanu Reeves just didn't want to cut his hair, man, or shave his beard. I literally am living that same life. Am I in the Matrix? Maybe.
Yeah. No, it's a good look for Keanu Reeves. I would hate for him to lose it, so
right.
I'm definitely cool with that. But no, not being a huge fan of the original trilogy, I've probably seen each movie one time. This got me excited. And and it goes back to what you said. It's about the fight scenes. And for me, it's like they, reinvented so many things and came up with so many ways to, shoot films differently and so many new techniques. I'm just kind of excited to see how they do that with this film.
Yeah, so once again, this film comes out December 22nd, HBO Max, and in movie theaters. And if you're watching the live stream right now, I'm going to drop the trailer just in case you haven't seen it. So I'll drop the link of the trailer into the live stream today, just in case you haven't checked out Matrix Resurrections.
So if you've ever gone out to Vegas, chances are you made that small, like, $10 bet. You're going to throw $10 at something. Yeah. A win, cool.
$20 for the Cleveland Browns to win.
Yeah. If I lose, I'm not out anything. Well, somebody last weekend for college football made a crazy $10 parlay bet, and boy, did this pay off. Story is coming up. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
There you guys went ahead and dropped in the trailer link for Matrix Resurrections, just in case you missed it yesterday.
Yeah, it's a cool looking trailer, man. It's so cool looking.
Ryan says this movie needs Hugo Weaving for Agent Smith.
I know. I haven't heard anything about him in it. He wasn't in any of the trailers, right? Any of the trailer?
I'm kind of fine with him not being in it, honestly.
Yeah,
he
so
was,
cool, though.
He was the protagonist in the first trilogy. I'm sure they'll reference him in some form or fashion, but I don't think it's exactly necessary.
So Abdul Mateen, who was rumored to play a young Morpheus, kind of confirmed that via Instagram. Posted a picture of his character from the movie and just put Morpheus, and that's all he put. # the Matrix movie. So I mean, it was not a deep dark secret, but it seems to be confirmed.
It was kind of blatantly obvious from the trailer when he was wearing like the same outfit, and the same sunglasses. The sunglasses with no arms that have like the nose kind of pinch holder. Mr. Anderson. Yeah.
I'm going to grab some coffee. I'll be right back.
All right, guys. Once again, thanks for hanging around this morning on the live stream of the show. Still to come, going to talk about that crazy college football bet. Then we're going to get into the Mount Rushmore of songs from the Metallica Black Album. We'll play ourselves some trivia for some Coheed and Cambria tickets. They're playing at Daly's Place down in Jacksonville. Also, beer for breakfast is on the way. We have Roy coming in from United Distributing. Great guy. An opportunity to meet him from our close personal friend Stephanie Ald, a.k.a. Widget. She handles all the scofflaw branding. But Roy's coming in to drink some beers with us. Bro down. Definitely not wearing a sweatband this morning, Mac. And thank you, Mac. Mac picked up a birthday present for my wife over in Pooler just yesterday. So kudos to Mac. We like Mac today. Greg says, so far, I think the first was the best. I'm guessing you're talking about the original Matrix. Yeah. I think we all agree. Are you running down the hallway? What the hell are you doing?
That counts as my run this week.
Yeah,
right?
I was going to say, that doesn't count as your run, you son of a bitch.
So got a text yesterday from my daughter who's in Arkansas. Mm-hmm. She's having difficulties with her physics professor. And it's that he is usually a higher level teacher. This is his first time teaching this class, which is a required class for architecture students. It's like a physics architecture class. And the teachers, there's TAs, and he doesn't give the TAs any of the answer sheets. So if kids have questions, they go to the TAs, and they have to work out the answers. I mean, it's kind of a cluster. Even the TAs are getting frustrated. Well, students in the class are getting frustrated. So she texts out yesterday, and she's like, hey, can one of you call me? Hit up me and the wife. Need to run something by you guys about physics. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to be able to help here. But I called. So it sounds like the students are ready to revolt against this teacher. Like, want to go to, because they've gone to their counselors, and they've gone to their advisors, and the advisors just kind of suck it up. So she's like, all right, here's the deal. I don't know if I should jump on this bandwagon and help in this revolt, if I should sit back and not do anything and just kind of suck it up and figure it out. Don't want to flunk the class. I'm like, are they seriously ready to grab pitchforks and torches and burn this guy down? He's an older professor. It basically told the class, I'm not going to change the way I teach. Stop asking.
Oh, wow.
Basically said, stop asking about homework questions. I'm not going to answer these. So, I mean, sounds like a real D-bag. So now she's kind of perplexed as to what to do. So I told her, I'm like, look, don't grab a pitchfork. If you need somebody needs some support, that's fine. Just ask people. Talk to the TA. See if you can find the professor who taught this class before. Ask them for help. Mm-hmm. But she's sweating it out a little bit because my kid worries. And every other class is great, having a great time. This is the one pain in the ass class, and it's a necessity. You have to take it. Then there's another physics class after this. So, I feel bad for her. That's kind of a rough spot.
Yeah, that's the only bad class she has. She'll be okay.
And that's what I told her. I was like, this is a short-term thing. Even if this guy's a dick, you'll be fine. You'll get past it. She goes, unless I flunk. I'm like, you're not going to flunk. Stop it.
All right, so I actually didn't even know the final score of the game last night until most recently, but the Buccaneers barely pulled out the win last night. Apparently, they gave Tom Brady the ball with like a minute left, and he went down and scored. Of course he did. Why do teams keep allowing that? Charles says that professor may be from north of the border.
Yeah. No, I agree, Wanda. It's kind of it's bullshit, but I just told her be careful how you go after the guy. Don't go in attacking him no matter what you do, because it's probably just going to backfire. You got to go in with the sense of, how can I get through this, and how, there's going to be power in numbers. So if it is the entire class, take the entire class. Don't just have like 3 people go. You all got to go. So we'll see. I don't know. All right, got about 3 minutes.
So Tom Brady threw 2 touchdowns to Gronkowski last night. They have now connected on 100 touchdowns in their careers together.
That's crazy.
A to B 100 times. Sorry, TB to RG 100 times. Ridiculous. And just to clear it up, I passed over Gronkowski like 3 times. Could have drafted him. No big deal.
I was hoping to grab him. And by the time I really looked into it, he was gone like 3 rounds previous.
Yeah, that happens.
All right, this crazy story about this football bet is coming up. It's pretty awesome. After that, top of the hour, 8 o'clock, we'll get to the Super Ticket Artist of the Day. Your chance to get qualified for a pair of tickets to 5 different shows, Victory North Savannah and District Live. Great lineup there. Mount Rushmore of songs from the Black Album. Trivia, beer for breakfast. Still lots to get to on this Friday.
Let's see. Nathan says, who has more, Montana and Rice? That's actually a really great question. Let's see. Most. Oh, perfect. Found it. Hold on. Brady and this is a good one. So Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski trail only Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison for the most pass touchdown connections all time, including postseason. Manning and Harrison have 114. Brady and Gronk have 100. Young and Rice are third with 92.
Okay.
Yeah.
114? Oh, I mean, won't get that this season.
No, he definitely will not get that. If he does, an amazing, an amazing season.
Yeah, it would have to be
14 more touchdowns just to tie him. Yeah. That may be one record they won't get, but Tom Brady's pretty much got the rest of them.
All right, got under a minute to go.
Sean goes, Gronk is good, but man, he's a dude, bro. I know.
Yes, he is.
I think I came within just a couple picks of missing out on Gronk. I was going to pick him up, but I think I got Mark Andrews from the Ravens instead. I'm pretty happy with that.
Hirsch joining the stream today. Boy, he's doing morning today, too. Your way is more fun, though. Got beer for breakfast coming up, man. You can I steal the idea. Have a beer this morning.
Rick Hirschman's morning show is so much fun. He's watching ours. Thanks, buddy. You need some prep work? We got tons. We already did 2 hours, so we got tons of shit, man. We'll hook you up. We'll hook you up. Just let us know. We'll email you.
All right, guys. Be right back. So earlier this week, we talked about how more people than ever before are going to be betting on the NFL.
Right.
But what about college football? Last weekend, someone decided to place a nearly impossible parlay bet. This is one of those bets, if you go to Vegas or you're around a sports book, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to throw $10 down. If I win, great. If I lose, I'm not out anything. I'm guessing this was that type of situation.
This seems like this guy seemed to have bet through a mobile app, and this seems like one of those bets where you get drunk and you're like, "There's no way this is going to happen." You fall asleep and then you wake up and then you're suddenly rich. So this guy did a 14-team parlay. So what he did was he took 14 college football games and he said that all of these games would hit the under. So let's say a game has a total score of let's say 50. Right? The under is anything below that number. So he would say that the game would end under 50 points. He actually guessed 14 games that way, all taking the under for every single one of them. On a $10 bet, Cotter, he won $79,935.70.
I mean, the parlay, everything's got to hit for you to win. So, I mean, even getting 3, 4, 5 bets, that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
But to get 14, and they're just randomly taking the under on every single one.
Yeah.
Now, it came down to Monday night. He had hit 13 out of 14. The last game in his parlay was Louisville and Ole Miss. And it was like, I think it was like a Win Sporting Bets app.
Yeah.
And they were even tweeting out about it. They're like, one game away, guys. 1 game away. Once again, took the under. The over-under was set at 75.5. Total points in that game, 67. This dude nailed 14 bets on this parlay.
And just to once again show you how impossible that is, this bet never happens. I mean, even when they were tweeting out, they're like, this guy could possibly hit an $80,000 payout on a $10 bet.
So how many people Tuesday morning put $10 bets on stupid parlays?
Oh, everyone. Once they heard this story, there were so many stupid $10 bets.
All right, coming up after 8 o'clock, we're going to talk Super Ticket. We're going to give you the artist of the day, tell you how you can get qualified for a pair of tickets to 5 different shows coming to Savannah over the next month or so. Also, I think this is going to be our toughest Mount Rushmore ever. It is the Mount Rushmore of songs from the Black Album. It's going to be so tough because there's only 12 songs. We've never had a Mount Rushmore with this few of items to pick from.
That's true.
So we're going to get to those 2 things just after 8 o'clock. Hang tight. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Let's see. Max says, Mom is talking about coming down for Thanksgiving with the warmers in tow. Just a heads up, you should request her squash casserole, just saying. Why would I request something when I already invited myself to your Thanksgiving? So, Mac, that's so kind of you. Actually, your apartment's so small, come have Thanksgiving at my house. I have a full kitchen set up. I got tons of dishes, dogs. I got, what else do I got? Whiskey. I got all the good stuff. Mama Margaret, bring Mama Margaret's husband. What's his name? Not for sure still.
Roy. Greg.
It's
Roy?
It's one of them.
Bob.
Bring them both.
Yeah, bring all the husbands.
Bring all the husbands. Come on over to the Marshall household and then let your mom make me Thanksgiving dinner. That'd be great. Tony said, in regards to your daughter having trouble with her physics class, she goes, we all had one class like that. Mine was a chem class. I couldn't leave that class, so I ended up sitting in another class to help offset what I wasn't understanding. It was on my own time, but helped.
Yeah, she's gone into visit TAs and done like after-hour stuff pretty much every week. The office hours for the professor are like 2 hours right after the class, and that's the only office hours he offers up. So most people can't even go visit him. So, yeah, it's been a kind of pain in the ass.
Tony says, do you really have a ton of dishes, Marshall? I have an adequate amount of dishes. Don't you ever suggest I am lacking in dishes, young lady. Max said, I was going to say we could all do Thanksgiving together this year. It may be mom, Roy, brother, sister-in-law still, and the kids. But yeah, okay. Now we're going back to your apartment.
We'll just order food.
Yeah, I don't want your kids.
We'll just order.
I don't want your brother's kids there.
Nathan, any chance of hearing the new Mastodon track and rotation? Once they officially give it to me, I would say yes.
Yeah. When are you getting that?
Don't know yet. So
what's the name of it?
Don't know.
God damn,
I forgot her. I honestly forgot the name of it. I'm not even playing dumb. I'm just dumb.
You're consistently playing dumb.
I'm not playing dumb. You're just dumb.
They say we have a consultant, and he's like, your character's on the radio. I'm like, there is no character. That's him.
But yes, as soon as they officially release it, we'll definitely be playing it.
Funny story about Marshall and his dishes. Mom opened the utensils drawer and said, holy silverware. I said, blame Marshall. That's true. So when we started the morning show, I've had the same silverware and dishes since I moved to Las Vegas. So I've had them for 15 years.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what? I'm going to glam up my dinner game because we cook a lot at home. So I got really fancy dishes, and then I gave all my old ones to Mac. And for some reason, I had probably like enough silverware to feed 40 people at once. I don't know why I had that much silverware, but I gave it all to Mac. So you're welcome. Mac probably only has to do dishes maybe once a year at her house. I gave her so much.
I'm going to go grab my coffee. I'll be right back.
All right. What are you guys doing this weekend? I always tell you guys what I'm doing this weekend. What are you guys doing this weekend? Drop it into the chat. Let's share. What are we all doing this weekend? I'm going to see Shang-Chi today. Plan on doing that. Catching an early old person viewing of it because I can, because I'm off work at by 11. I'm going to do that this weekend, and then I'm broadcasting live with our sister station Bob 106.9 tomorrow over at Chatham Parkway Toyota from 11 to 1. If you're doing nothing, come out and see me. Hang out. Get yourself a new car. It's where I'll be buying my future vehicle, the Tacoma. That's right. I'm going to be a truck guy. I've decided that. I think with a mullet, it really allows me to become a truck guy, so I'm pretty okay with it. Andrew says, I plan on doing as much of nothing as humanly possible. You and Cotter obviously have become best friends. He does the same thing. Wanda says, cleaning the carport in the yard to get it ready for Halloween. I think that is perfect.
Oh, Wanda, do you still want the mower and rake and stuff for whatever you're putting together for Halloween? Let me know. I'll bring it over next week.
Charles is on the fence about deer hunting. No way, dude. Dude, you were so excited about deer hunting earlier this week, Charles. You kind of got to go. It's so stinking hot, so probably it will work. Okay. Max says she's returning stuff to Kohl's for Mama today, playing Munchkins across the hall with neighbors. What's Munchkins? Oh, is that a game you played?
I've never heard of Munchkins across the hall. Munchkins across the hall with neighbors.
Yeah,
Munchkins I love. We have several variants of Munchkins.
Max is also CrossFit on Saturday, then bike ride with friend, give Scout a bath, church at butt crack of dawn for singing. So Mac sings in church. We've never asked to sing on the show. Do you think Mac has a good voice?
I want to hear it now. I didn't know she sang in church.
Yeah, no, she sings in church.
Mac.
Yeah, it's mostly Raining Blood
Mac.
from Slayer.
So here's the bit idea.
Mm-hmm.
We take metal songs. Mac sings them as church hymns.
Oh.
You have to guess what the song is.
Okay, I kind of like that.
Well, workshop it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Let's see. What else you guys up to today? Sean says I'll be putting up Halloween decorations. Same. My wife and I we're going to do that and go Halloween shopping, hopefully. So it's going to be a long week. Lane says riding the motorcycle. Sweet. Nathan says work half a day, trim hedges, finish edging the yard. Dude, I am a grade A edger. Like I don't say I'm elite at much. I'm elite at edging my yard. My yard specifically. I'm great at it. Let's see. Sean also says we were supposed to go to Duluth for our anniversary weekend, but we canceled because of the stupid effing Canadian fires.
Blame Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this weekend I've got to mow edge my front yard. So we have a fire hydrant in our yard basically right in the middle spot between me and my neighbor.
Okay.
And it's right in some hedges because there's electric boxes that they hide with the hedges.
Sure.
So the fire hydrant is kind of on the edge of the hedge, but it covered up a little bit.
Edge of the hedge.
Edge of the hedge. So I come home.
Dr. Seuss.
I come home yesterday and somebody had completely wrecked part of the hedge that is more on my neighbor's side because it was covering the fire hydrant.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even pretend to do a good job. They just came in, torched it, and threw bits and pieces all over his yard. Oh. Threw the bigger pieces. I had some yard bags out ready to get taken out in front of my yard, so he just threw them on top of those. But yeah, somebody uncovered the fire hydrant. I guess it was covered too much by the hedge. But they didn't even try to do a good job. It was like, nope, we got to see this. Mowed it all down. So there's a big gaping hole in my neighbor's hedge.
Man, the suburban life's really changed you, man.
I know.
Gaping holes, but in hedges. Not how that story used to end. Tony says going to Shang-Chi this afternoon. Oh, me too. With the birthday child dinner at Melting Pot. Never been to Melting Pot. I have had a gift card to Melting Pot for 3 years in my house. I've never used it.
It was a cool experience once.
Yeah. It's just you dip stuff in cheese and chocolate, right?
And then you can do the whole meal is like that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, they have the cheese and chocolate, but then they have broth that you can dip stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool experience once. I don't need to go back.
Okay. Let's see. Tony also said, then going to Disney Halloween with a couple of employees this weekend. First weekend off in 2 months. Oh, wait, are you going to Disney? You're going to Disney Orlando? That's awesome. Charles says, I want to hear Max sing The Old Rugged Cross. Hold on. Who sings that?
I got about 4 minutes.
Al Green? Maybe.
The Reverend Al Green.
Yeah. Wanda says, taking Bree dress shopping for homecoming dance at school.
Oh, nice.
Get something for that toe. Yeah, Tony says you pay out the nose to make your own food at Melting Pot.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, it was cool. Wife and I went years ago. Cool, but I don't know. I can fondue at my house. I will say, since my kids have moved out, my intake of sushi has gone up drastically. Last night was another night where, got home. What do you want for dinner tonight? I was like, you want sushi? I'm like, yeah, I do. So.
Yeah, I was at draft room at Berwick last night. Had a great night playing bingo. Pretty decent crowd. And had a Yingling Oktoberfest.
Is it good? Yeah.
So I'm not a huge Yingling fan, which I know is blasphemy from being and living in the South for 7 years now. I don't prefer the Yinglings. But I've had Yingling Light before.
Yeah.
It comes in those little seltzer-like cans, and I don't mind them. They're okay.
Yeah.
But I had the Yingling Oktoberfest. It just wasn't Oktoberfesty enough. I mean, it was like Oktoberfest Light.
Right.
And I just didn't care for it.
Yeah, I don't mind Yingling. It's funny because you can't get it everywhere. So people that, are up north,
right,
Midwest, because I mean, it's, they're from Pennsylvania, but Midwest area, when people come to the South where they can get it, they will buy truckloads for people and take it back.
And just in case, if anyone has any friends or family that wants that and wants to pay extra, like me extra, I will mail that to them.
But you'll mail it to them? I was going to say you can drive it back, but you got to do it Smokey and the Bandit style. You're running it across state lines. Tony, we get our sushi from 17 Sakura, which is over in the Berwick Shopping Plaza area. It's really close to the house. Price is pretty good, and it's ready in 15 minutes every time.
Pretty good. Ryan says, have you had Sam Adams Jack O? I have not. Is it only available in one of those big packs, or are they selling it separately this year? I've heard of it.
Have you had the Sam Adams Oktoberfest?
Yeah.
Is it good this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same as every year. Oh, the Jack O is a pumpkin ale from Sam Adams.
I have not.
I don't think I've had it. Coming in at 4.4% alcohols. Cinnamon and nutmeg aromas, an ideal balance of seasonal spices with a crisp, refreshing finish. Jack O Pumpkin Ale pairs perfectly with the move to cooler days and autumn nights.
I'm happy because stout season is right around the corner.
I'm going to say something that's going to really offend you.
Don't tell me.
I have not even tried Mexican cake this year.
Really?
It has been out since May. I bought 2 bottles. They're still up in my house. I've not tried them.
I've drank every bottle I got my hands on. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of aged stouts. So it does me no good to keep them and let it sit. It's just not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the best year, but by far not the worst. Last year was stupid good.
Right.
This year is not that, but it's good. All right, guys, be right back. If you were putting together the Mount Rushmore of Metallica songs from the Black Album, what would your Mount Rushmore look like? Marshall and I are going to tackle this here in just a second. First, got to talk Rock 106.1 Super Ticket. Mm-hmm. This is your chance to score a pair of tickets for Fozzy, POD, and Candlebox, all at Victory North Savannah. Plus, Dirty Honey, and Aaron Jones at District Live. So we're talking a pair of tickets for 5 shows, all going to be here in the area within the next month and a half or so.
So all you need to do is listen up for the super ticket artist of the day. That artist is Fozzy. Chris Jericho and crew. Yes, Fozzy is the band you're listening for. So every time that you hear Fozzy on the radio today, text the keyword super, S-U-P-E-R, to 1-800-394-1061, and you'll be in the running to win the super ticket.
All right, it is time for today's Mount Rushmore, and we've talked about it. I think this is going to be the hardest Mount Rushmore we've put together, Marshall, because there's only 12 songs in the Black Album.
Right.
So this is the fewest things we've ever had to pick from putting together a Mount Rushmore, but we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Black Album. We're going to do that all weekend long. Today at 5, we've got Metallica at the top of every hour. We're playing the Black Album in its entirety, Saturday and Sunday at noon and 5. So I guess the celebration kicks off this morning with the Mount Rushmore.
It really does. And I mean, this is one of those, this is one of my first albums I think I ever owned, was the Black Album. I listened to this thing front to back many, many times. So let's go ahead and get right into the Mount Rushmore of Metallica's Black Album when it comes to the songs. Cotter, I'm going to allow you to call this in the air to see who goes first.
Heads?
It is heads.
Oh, all right. I like this. All right. So with my number one pick on my Mount Rushmore of songs from Metallica's Black Album.
Okay.
This one was relatively easy for me.
Oh.
I just love this song, man. This is everything I want out of my Metallica. It's a girthy song. You get the guitars. You got James. I love this song. It is by far the standout for me on that album.
So, thank you so much for taking that, because I thought about Sad But True, because it's a great song. And all these songs we're going to talk about are great songs. But thank you for leaving Inner Sandman. The true anthem to the Black Album is Inner Sandman. And I think it's probably one of Metallica's most misquoted songs. When you think about the lyrics, I think people all the time get the lyrics wrong when it comes to Inner Sandman. I think I brutally butchered Inner Sandman probably for the first 10 years of my life before I actually read the lyrics. I'm like, oh, it's not. Yeah, all right. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go Inner Sandman as my number one pick for today's Mount Rushmore.
You can't go wrong with that. I would say it's their most well-known song, especially for people who may not be diehard Metallica fans. Everybody knows Enter Sandman, and I think that's kind of a good representation of this album, because this was their introduction into the mainstream. It was this album that just kind of widened their audience. If it wasn't for the Black Album, we're not where we are with Metallica today. They're not as big as they are without this album.
No, if they would have just put out Load instead, we would look at Metallica in a much different way.
All right. Oh, man, that was going to be my number 2, not going to lie. So we're going to push this one up. I'm going a little bit off the beaten path then for my number 2. I'm going Through the Never. Whew.
Twisting, turning, through the never.
So good. And it's fun because I was going back and I was, re-listening to some of the songs. Some of them I haven't heard from in a while. And I heard that and I was like, I forgot how much I just love that song.
You're a big-time son of a bitch for choosing Through the Never. I think I've mentioned multiple times how much I love that song.
Oh, it's so good.
I absolutely love that song. But you know what? If we're going to go off the beaten path, I'll do the very same when it comes to the Mount Rushmore of songs from the Black Album in celebration of Metallica. And this weekend, their album actually officially came out 30 years ago this coming Sunday, August 12th. So coming in number 2, I'm going to go, I love this song, Of Wolf and Man. Life. When you talk about shape-shifting and nose to the wind, feeling I've been, this is a big time. He got absolutely ripped.
Yeah.
He wrote the lyrics to this song. He woke up the next day and he was like, what did I do? And he probably watched Werewolf in Paris or London or whatever that movie was called. This is definitely all about getting really, really high and writing about a song about werewolves, and this slays. This slaps, as the kids say. That is my number 2 choice on the Mount Rushmore of Metallica Black Album songs.
Here's the best part about this Mount Rushmore. There's not going to be one song where I go, that was stupid. I mean, honestly, really? I mean, this whole album from the back is just solid stuff. All right, we're going to finish up second half of our Mount Rushmore songs from the Black Album. Coming up next, here's Mammoth WVH. It's Don't Back Down. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, thanks for sticking around with us for the Mount Rushmore of Metallica Black Album songs. If you're listening to us on air, you'll actually hear bits of the songs. That's why we stopped talking there for like 15 seconds.
Yeah, sorry, guys, on the stream.
You know, the Twitches and the Facebooks, they get mad when we play music.
Larry hit us up on the text. He said, my Mount Rushmore is Of Wolf and Man, Unforgiven, Sad But True, and Through the Never.
Was that like going from 4 to 1 or 1 to 4?
He doesn't say.
Okay.
That's just a thing.
So Of Wolf and Man, Enter Sandman.
Unforgiven, Sad But True, Through the Never.
I like Larry. Made some good choices.
Those are good.
All right, guys, still to come on the show today, we're going to be playing some trivia for some Coheed and Cambria and the used tickets. They're playing on Friday, September 24th. So at the end of this month, they're in, actually 2 weeks from today, they're going to be playing down at Daly's Place in Jacksonville. So we'll hook you up with a pair of tickets to go check them out just for playing trivia against one of us.
All right, got 2.5 minutes. Man, I'm coming back. Do I go more well-known? Do I go with another deeper cut? Oh, so tough.
I mean, there's obviously tons of choices left. There's Holier Than Thou. There's The Unforgiven. Don't Tread on Me. Nothing Else Matters. The God That Failed. My Friend of Misery. I love that song.
Yeah.
The Struggle Within. Maybe, I don't know. I don't care for that song.
Really?
Yeah. Wanda, please let us know what your Mount Rushmore of Metallica Black Album songs is. Charles dropped his on earlier, but I couldn't even try to find it.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It was quite a few hours, I think, ago.
All right, got about 90 seconds. Going to wrap up our Mount Rushmore. You guys want to post yours? Definitely go for it.
Shazam. All right. There's Wanda's Mount Rushmore. She said number 4, Through the Never. Number 3, Nothing Else Matters. Number 2, Don't Tread on Me. And number 1, The Unforgiven.
I like that.
So the Black Album was the 5th studio album by Metallica, releasing on August 12th, 1991. So yeah, you know what? It's something I always guess I forget. It's the album is just Metallica. That's the actual name of it.
Yeah. It's not,
but everyone calls it the Black Album just because of the cover art.
Yeah.
Now the snake is on the album, which is like very light gray if you look at it. Isn't that like a marine snake?
It might be.
It's the Don't Tread on Me, kind of like marine snake type of thing.
I think the whole album and the Black Album thing is a reference to a Spinal Tap joke from the movie. I think they release an album that's all black, and it's supposed to have stuff on it, but you can't see it.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's the joke. All right, guys, be right back. We're putting together our Mount Rushmore of songs from the Black Album. It is the 30th anniversary of this record from Metallica. Number 1 for me, I went with Sad But True. Yep. Number 2, Through the Never. Marshall, Enter Sandman, always a solid choice for 1. And Of Wolf and Man coming in at number 2. I don't know where to go here. Do I go, more mainstream? Do I go off the beaten path? Oh, man. All right. I think I'm going to stick with the mainstream for choice number 3. Love that song, man.
Yeah, it's a good one. Actually, I was just realizing the song's called "Wherever I May Roam," but he says "Anywhere I Roam."
I know,
in the song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm today years old.
When you realize
Yeah,
that?
I just realized that.
Yeah.
Gosh, those guys were so ripped making this out. All right, no, it's a good choice. I like that song. I don't know, not my favorite Metallica song. It's okay, and I know it was a big song back in the day, but here I'm going to go with another big one, mostly because I don't want you to take it.
Okay.
This is a reactionary pick here. I'm going to go ahead and just pick up The Unforgiven.
A song so big it spanned two sequels.
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 Unforgiven songs. Once again, I am not recommending those. I'm recommending the original Unforgiven. I mean, the thing that I think I remember most is just the music video from The Unforgiven. If you grew up and watched MTV at the time when MTV actually played music videos, you remember the Unforgiven video, the old man and the shaking, and I don't know really what was going on there, but he didn't seem like he was having a good time, and I just love that song. I remember like my MTV watching generation, I grew up watching that music video and Nirvana's Nevermind a billion times. So, yeah, I'm picking that up. Number 3 on the Mount Rushmore of Metallica Black Album songs.
All right, I got one more to go. This may be the hardest one because there's still so many great songs sitting here on the table. Don't know exactly what direction I want to go in. I think I'm going to go here. All right, for my 4th choice, my final choice, Mount Rushmore songs from the Black Album by Metallica. It just really reminds me of like older school pre-Black Album Metallica.
Right.
And I just love the vibe on it. I'm glad it was included on this record. It's a solid song.
Yeah, I mean, it is a great song, but I realized I almost missed one, and thankfully you didn't take it. This song, I'm pretty sure I can still play the first few chords to. I'm going to go with Nothing Else Matters.
I got to find it. Sorry, there it is. Are you busting out a guitar?
Hold on.
Are you going to attempt to play this?
Hold on. Let me see if I can. I do not know how to play guitar, just to clear it up, but I think it's, hold on. Oh.
There's a pass. There's
oh, wait. Hold on. This is good radio. All right. Go ahead and book me at your local Basil's this weekend. I will play those chords for free. Well, I want drinks. Free drinks, please.
If we were playing Name That Tune, I could have taken 1,000 notes. Still wouldn't known what you're playing.
I just ripped. Pretty sure that's what the kids call it. Hold on, let me adjust my knobs.
All right, there you go. That is the Mount Rushmore of songs from the Black Album. What do you got? Hit us up with the text, comment on the chat. Coming up next, we're going to tell you about our Metallica Weekend. We're celebrating the Black Album all weekend long. We'll tell you how. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Who signed that guitar? This is the Welcome to Rockville guitar from, what year was this? I think it was like 2014. A ton of bands signed this, as you could tell. Sorry, I had to break out a prop for that. Sean says, Through the Never of Wolf and Man, Holier Than Thou, The Unforgiven. That's his top 4. Honorable mentions, yeah. Okay, Through the Never, great song. Wolf and Man, Holier Than Thou, The Unforgiven. Okay, it's funny enough. Sean's top 4 is split between the two of us.
Oh, is it?
Songs we picked, yeah. You're our son, Sean.
Give me a second here, guys. I'm just moving some stuff around. Get ready for trivia. Okay, there we go.
All right, yeah, coming up here at the top of the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to have Roy in from United Distributing. He'll be bringing in some Sweetwater choices for us for beer for breakfast. We also have Marshall's Music News today coming up at the 9 o'clock hour. We'll have a quick story about Travis Barker and his thoughts on flying for the first time in, decades.
Yeah.
And then I also brought it up, I think, on the chat yesterday. We're going to talk about the Lucid. It's a 4-piece rock band featuring the dude from Megadeth that got kicked out, David Ellefson, and Vinny from Sponge as the lead singer. So they got some new music. They're a weird little new band, and going to talk about them in Marshall's Music News as well.
I listened to part of the song yesterday.
Maggot Wind, which is the first single. What'd you think?
Just say eh. I don't want to say anything too bad. I mean, Vinny signed our wall, so I don't want to be an a-hole. So I'll just say I listened to the song yesterday.
Oh, he did sign our wall.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, without a doubt, Sean. I mean, that album front to back is pretty great. So Sean says he's going to be listening to the album for the next few days just because of this Mount Rushmore. I think that's a good use of your time on the 30th anniversary of it.
All right. So Max said she would be willing to run the bridge this Sunday. I don't know if she's still around on the chat or not.
Probably not. So wait, so Mac, who dipped out of not running the bridge with you this past weekend,
right?
Now she's promising you again that she is going to.
I don't know if there was a promise, but it was thrown out there that she would. So here's what I was going to do. I was just going to agree to it and not show up.
Is she? I was going to say, is she addicted to failing people?
I'm just not going to show up.
Well, what's funny is I brought up this gift idea, and I'm not going to say what it is just in case my wife is watching, but I brought up this gift idea to Mac, and it could only be picked up from a Pooler store.
Right.
Mac lives in the Pooler area.
Okay.
So she's like, oh, I'll pick it up for you. And she absolutely went and picked it up for me. I feel like she's only failing you. I feel like Mac has not failed me yet.
Well, I would say picking up a gift and running the bridge. If I had to choose between those two things,
right,
I'm picking up that gift all damn day.
But picking it up in Pooler, though?
Yeah, she's over
rough.
there, though.
Off Pooler Parkway?
Yeah, she's over there. That's not for her.
So I told my wife, she's like, what do you want to do after your remote tomorrow? I'm like, well, we're going to decorate Halloween, go Halloween shopping, but I thoroughly expect you to take me out and wine and dine me. So I think I'm going to make her take me out to Over Yonder again, just so I could slug some drinks and then eat a ridiculously cheesy hamburger.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there twice. Well, okay, 1.5 times because we went to Mood Rights. Went to Mood Rights and then walked over to Over Yonder just to look at it. And then I hit up Over Yonder just to have a beer one day. And I want to go because there's actually a veggie option. So the wife and I can go. So I want to make it over there one time over the weekend and grab a bite to eat. I won't be tomorrow because we'll be in Hilton Head. So future weekend plans.
Is our bosses coming in today? Do you know that?
I don't know.
Usually Fridays they don't come in. They work from home.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear from A-Dub yesterday as to whether he was coming in or not.
Well, as of 8:24 a.m., no one is in the office except for us.
That's true.
Yeah. Just in case anyone from our corporate company is watching.
We
good workers
are dedicated.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. I'm not saying people don't work from home because I know we work from home a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to putting in hours in this building, nobody tops us.
Yeah, I would feel that's...
I mean, I'm here for a minimum of 7 hours every day.
Let's see. I get in at 5:30, carry the 2. Yeah, I would say I'm here for like 5.5, 6 hours a day.
I mean, I'm here for 7 hours every day. And then... usually put in 2 to 3 hours of work at home.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I feel pretty good. We're here. We're representing.
Oh, I usually put in almost 4 hours at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, does Billy not work out of the same building? Billy actually works from home. She has like a studio built right into her house.
Yep.
So she never has to leave her house.
I know.
We just have chintzy setups at our houses.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm putting in my time.
Cotter has a microphone hanging with fish wire in his house. So, in fact, just right out of the ceiling. It falls all the time. That's why he never uses it. middle of a spot, it just falls right down.
Oh crap! I just got a link to where I can download the entire. It's the entire everybody covering Metallica.
Oh,
You can
cool!
download
Yeah.
every one of those songs now.
How many tracks are on that? That celebration, the Celebration of Metallica album.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Shit.
I mean, there's Corey Taylor, Elton John, Miley
13,
Cyrus,
14, 15,
Weezer,
16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 25, 26, 27,
Tame
28.
Impala.
9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 5, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see. Yeah, Alicia Cara in The Warning, Mac DeMacaro, Ghost,
What song does Ghost cover?
Enter
on?
Sandman.
Enter Sandman? Okay.
Weezer.
I think I heard that before.
I haven't heard it yet. Weezer's Enter Sandman musically sounds effing phenomenal, and it's nothing against Rivers. He just shouldn't sing that song.
Mhm.
I mean, I like Rivers doing Weezer stuff. Metallica's weird. Jason Isbell and 400 Unit. I love their version of Sad But True. Royal Blood, Sad But True. St. Vincent, Sad But True. White Reaper, Sad But True. Biffy Clyro, Holier Than Thou. Corey Taylor, Holier Than Thou. Cage the Elephant, The Unforgiven. That'd be kind of cool. Or potentially. Neptunes, Portugal the Man, doing Don't Tread on Me. Volbeat, Don't Tread on Me. The Who, Through the Never.
Mm-hmm.
Miley Cyrus. My Morning Jacket. Darius Rucker, Nothing Else Matters. Chris Stapleton, Nothing Else Matters. And a lot of people I don't know.
So we had some more entries into our question of the day.
Okay.
So my wife actually chimed in. I think I remember this story. She goes, after my boss fired my employees, he replaced one with a Hooters waitress and one with a stripper without telling me. Then one day looks at me and says, I don't like you because your red hair reminds me of my ex-wife.
What?
I do remember that. She was working for some like vitamin company in Vegas when that happened.
Jesus.
Donald says, after transferring me to a store in another state, being told this was going to be permanent, buying a home, then being transferred back to my original store less than a year later, informing my DM that I have purchased a home because I was told this would be my permanent location. Having said DM tell me, how is that my effing problem? Wow.
People are ballsy, man. All right, we got about a minute left. Quick update on our Metallica weekend, and then we'll get into some trivia.
Well, something that's actually really cool that just popped up, Amazon, which is generally the worst company on this planet, Amazon is now going to cover 100% of college tuition for U.S. hourly employees.
That's amazing.
Amazon is offering to pay the full cost of college tuition, including books and fees, for its 750,000 hourly U.S. employees. Amazon is the largest, is the latest large U.S. company to dangle perks such as education benefits or more pay in light of competitive job market.
I mean, it's doesn't fix all of their issues, but it's a nice step.
Yeah.
I mean, that's epic. That's pretty cool. All right, guys, be right back. Top of the hour, we put together our Mount Rushmore of songs from Metallica's Black album, which is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. So this weekend, we're going to honor that, pay tribute to Metallica, starting this afternoon at 5 at the Badass Rock Show. Blocks of Metallica at the top of each hour. Then on Saturday and Sunday at noon and 5, we're just rolling it, the entire thing, front to back.
Yeah, that's right. Noon and 5, twice a day on Saturday and Sunday, playing the Black album. Now, all weekend long, you're going to have your chance at winning a copy of the digitally remastered Black Album. So all you got to do is listen up for that keyword. Once you hear it, text it in to 1-800-394-1061. And we got like a couple dozen digital downloads to hand out to you guys. So make sure to listen all weekend. And then once you hear that keyword, text it in for your chance to win. One grand prize person is going to score a 3-CD expanded edition. I think one of those CDs includes like the 51 bonus tracks of different high-profile artists covering tracks from the album.
Are you smarter than a community college dropout? We're going to find out here in a bit. Your chance to score Coheed and Cambria tickets. Got details after Rage Against the Machine. Rock 106.1.
Let's see. Is Amazon paying it outright or is it reimbursed? It doesn't say in the article, Ryan, just a heads up. Charles says, I saw a story that a McDonald's in some town near Atlanta is offering $31 an hour.
You know what I can do? I can say, you want fries with that?
Buy this job. I don't know. Actually, no offense. I think McDonald's probably would not be a fun job.
Yeah.
Still not for me to work in fast food. Yeah.
Craig hanging out in Dallas. What's up, Craig? Good morning. What's going down in Dallas?
Debbie. All right, guys, just a quick heads up. Coheed and Cambria, along with The Used. If you're an early 2000s rock emo fan, you're going to love today's prize. They're playing at Daly's Place coming up on Friday, September 24th. We have tickets for you. So all you got to do is chime in and play trivia with us. Coming up in 2.5 minutes.
Craig is on his way to El Paso with his client, Voodoo Jack.
Oh, I love El Paso. Their salsa is incredible.
I got a show out there. Oh, we're doing a panel at their Comic-Con, too. Nice, man.
Coheed and Cambria. Daly's Place. Charles, what's going down in Dallas? The Cowboys, 0-1. Nice. Wish I would have thought of that.
Coastal Empire Wrestling, who obviously Voodoo Jack is a big part of. They got their next show coming up. It's their anniversary Annihilation. It's going down September 19th.
It's their anniversary?
Yeah, it's their 1-year anniversary. A year ago is when I lost my beard. That SOB Voodoo Jack.
Wow.
That's going down at Coastal Empire Beer Company. Tickets $15. If you have not been to one of their shows yet, get to it, man. If you're a wrestling fan, never been to an indie show. Indie shows are always great, whether they're good or bad. But the honest to God truth when it comes to CW, all the shows they've been to have been good. Great wrestlers, great stories. It's a lot of fun. You guys will definitely have a blast. And Jay, friend of the show from Coastal Empire, is so into this wrestling stuff. It's just fun to watch him the day of the show because he is completely nerding out. So it's like a little sideshow for you to check out.
So on that Coheed and Cambria show, there's The Used and then special guest Carol's Daughter. I'm not familiar with them.
Never heard of them.
It's a solo artist. Her real name is Thea Taylor. Is the youngest one out of 10 kids of educated parents from the LA area. I bet you she's fantastic. That show, it's coming up on Friday, September 24th. And Charles, yes, everyone hates the Cowboys, man. I honestly don't know one person that likes the organization of the Cowboys. They may like certain players, like Dak Prescott's an okay person. Ezekiel Elliott, I don't know. He's had some troubles. Probably shouldn't like him. But, no one likes the Cowboys. Except for that one guy in town that drives around with Cowboy stickers on his car. Have you seen that guy?
No.
There's a guy that drives around. He's on Abercorn all the time.
Okay.
Like flags, Cowboy stickers. He's got the names of the players on the back of his truck.
Ride and die, buddy. Ride and die.
Jesus Christ.
All right, guys. Be right back. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Is brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. So it's time to take one of us on in trivia. Both you and I kind of struggling a little bit.
Yeah, we've had a rough week. I've hit a tie. You had a tie.
Yeah.
I lost this week. So not feeling super great about trivia. It may be your day to shine. And the first person that calls in right now to play Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout trivia against one of us will automatically score tickets to go check out Coheed and Cambria and the U's down at Daly's Place in Jacksonville. That show is going down Friday, September 24th. I want to go to that show. I think I may go to the show.
I'm in. I want to check this out so bad. So if you want a chance to score those tickets, call us now, because if you take us on, you win the tickets. If you beat us, bragging rights. 800-394-1061. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Hit us up, Rock 1061.
Liking the Cowboys is like kissing your sister. You shouldn't do it. It's wrong and abomination, says Craig. All right, we got someone calling in. Let's go.
Rock 1061, who's this?
This is Mark.
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
How's it going, bud?
It's going good, man. Who do you want to take on today, Cotter or Marshall?
I think I'm going to go with Cotter.
Okay.
I
Good
love
luck.
that.
Good
I
luck.
love that, Mark. Thanks for giving me the day off. I do appreciate it. All right, Mark, here's the deal, man. 7 questions, 60 seconds. If you don't know the answer to one of these questions, just say pass. If there's time enough, we'll come back to it. There is going to be only one multiple choice question today. I'll give you a heads up on when that happens as well. Other than that, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, man, your time's going to begin after I ask the first question. Question number 1, in which U.S. state is Yale University located?
Ooh. Tennessee?
Incorrect. Question number 2, in May 2020, which TV show broke the record for longest running live-action comedy series when it was renewed for a 15th season?
Pass.
Question number 3, what movie's protagonist is named Lightning McQueen?
Cars.
That is correct. Question number 4 is multiple choice. In what year were the first Academy Awards ceremony held? 1927, 1929, or 1931?
1931.
Incorrect. Question number 5. How many strings do most guitars have?
6.
That is correct. Question number 6. How long is a round in boxing?
3 minutes.
That is correct. In your final question, what was the name of Whitney Houston's 1985 debut album?
Whitney.
I'll give it to you. Yeah, we'll go with that for sure. All right, Mark. All right,
Awesome.
here's the deal. Cotter, are you ready? Come on out. There we go. Mark got 4 today.
Damn.
4 out of 7.
Solid, Mark.
I was kind to him on the last question, but I'll also be kind to you in that same regard if it does happen. So there we go. All right. Once again, 7 questions, 60 seconds. Playing Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia. Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Are you ready, Cotter?
Bring it on.
All right. Question number 1 goes like this. In which U.S. state is Yale University located?
Massachusetts?
Incorrect. Question number 2. In May 2020, which TV show broke the record for the longest running live-action comedy series when it was renewed for a 15th season?
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
That is correct. Question number 3. What movie's protagonist is named Lightning McQueen?
Cars.
Correct. Question number 4 is multiple choice. In what year were the first Academy Awards ceremony held? 1927, 1929, or 1931?
29?
That is correct. Question number 5. How many strings do most guitars have?
6.
Correct. Question number 6. How long is a round in boxing?
3 minutes.
Correct. And your final question, what was the name of Whitney Houston's 1985 debut album?
Whitney?
Correct. I'll give it to you. Absolutely. Cotter, 6 out of 7 today. Killed it.
All right, Mark. Strong showing. Push me to 6. Thank you for calling in and playing, man. We got some tickets, though, for you. Coheed and Cambria and the Used.
That is awesome.
All right, Mark, I'll actually call you after the show. All I need is your email, but I'll grab that once I call you after the show today, and I'll transfer those tickets right to you.
All righty. Thank you, guys. Have
Thanks,
a good
Mark.
weekend.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
All right, Cotter, let's go ahead and go over the correct answers once again for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Question number 1, in which U.S. state is Yale University located? Connecticut.
Son of a...
That's the one you missed.
Yep.
In question number 2, in May 2020, which TV show was renewed for a 15th season as the longest-running live-action comedy series? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Question number 3, what movie's protagonist is named Lightning McQueen? Excuse me, I just burped. Question number 3, what movie's protagonist is named Lightning McQueen? That is Cars. Question number 4, in what year were the first Academy Awards ceremonies held? 1929. Question 5, how many strings do most guitars have? That's 6. Question 6, How long is a round in boxing? That is 3 minutes. And question number 7, what was the name of Whitney Houston's 1985 debut album? It was actually just called Whitney Houston. But
Okay.
I'll give it to you for Whitney. I gave it to Mark as well.
All right, we're back Monday, 8:30. Your chance to play. Are you smarter than the community college dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Rock 106.1. All right, guys, going to edit that up. We will be right back.
All right, Cotter, because you refuse to give us those details in regards to Mastodon, I have them.
Okay, good.
So Mastodon have officially announced Hushed and Grim, a double album that's set to be released on October 29th, offering up a sliver of nearly 90 minutes, an hour and a half worth of music. The band also debuted a music video just a few moments ago called Pushing the Tides. That is going to be apparently, I'm guessing,
they're doing a metal. They are releasing a metal-only track.
the first single. Yeah, that's
It won't be technically the single, and then they'll release the actual single. So I'm not sure if this was the metal track or if this is the actual single.
It claims that's the single.
Okay.
Said Hush and Grim, Mastodon's 9th album, which bears 15 tracks and 84 total minutes, is the band's first record since 2017's Emperor of Sand.
So Metallica. So Mastodon writes about personal things.
Mm-hmm.
There was, I want to say, somebody close to the band passed away, and this whole thing is kind of about that experience for the band and everybody involved.
Yeah, so they had, actually, I think it was the former tour manager, and then they had like a studio guy also. They had two people pass away very close to them in their camp. So yeah, I think that's kind of the reasoning behind that. All right, guys, we're just a few minutes away. We're actually about to pop back onto the air. What you're going to hear on the air is what you heard live on the stream with Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia. And then after that, we're about 10 minutes away from jumping right into Beer for Breakfast with our special guest, Roy from United. He's going to be jumping into studio here, hopefully in a little bit. He hasn't texted me yet, but he has the address. But I'm sure he's on his way, and we'll get him in studio and drink some beers from Sweetwater. I did email Roy yesterday. I didn't hear anything back from him after a couple hours. I just texted him. I'm like, hey, buddy.
We good?
We cool, man? Oh, he just called me. Let me go out and grab him.
All right, cool.
Hopefully, I'm going to go out and grab him. Hopefully, nothing happens.
All right, just moving stuff around for the hour. Looking forward to this. Sweetwater. Do love me some Sweetwater. They've got a, what is it? Going Coastal is their pineapple IPA. That is legit. I love that beer. I can move that. All right. Yeah, I got about a minute. Easy for me to say. Got about a minute left in Bush, and then we'll get into trivia. What's my record? 38, 8, and 4. I'm happy with that. Respectable. Just played some Fozzy, so had some people enter in on the super ticket giveaway. Listen up for Fozzy all day long. When you hear some Fozzy, you text in the word super, 800-394-1061, your chance to qualify for the super ticket.
Okay, our guest has arrived for Beer for Breakfast, which is always great news.
I like it.
There's always a little piece here like,
They can show up.
they're not going to show up, are they? But we've never had that, oddly enough.
Yeah.
We've been really good over, the first 6 months of the show, our people showing up.
I would say hats off to us. You and I have showed up every day we're supposed to be here.
Yeah, kudos to us. We're batting 1,000.
Because I won't lie. When I go to bed, I look at my phone 12 times to make sure my alarms are set. Because there's always that dread of waking up at 6:30 going, what'd I do?
12 times seems like a lot. I check it twice.
I turn them on, off, on, off, on, off. I know, it's ridiculous. I understand.
Little OCD there, pal?
Yeah, a little bit.
Wait, you turn it on then off?
Yeah, back and forth just to make sure it's there. Watch the little icon on your phone, the little alarm phone, make sure that is on and off. Yeah, I know. It's stupid.
Does it turn on when you press it? I've never even looked.
Yeah, there's an icon at the top right-hand corner that's like a little alarm clock. So if you turn them, yours doesn't have one?
Oh, wait, maybe because I'm connected to Wi-Fi. Hold on.
But yeah, whenever I turn my alarm on, you got the little
Oh, there it is, yeah.
the little icon.
Mm-hmm.
So I do that. I know it's stupid, but there's just that fear of.
Have you not set like an alarm schedule? Like my alarm I never turn off.
Oh no, I don't have it scheduled. I just turn it on.
So you can go in and you can actually schedule it to always ring at like 5 a.m. or whatever you want,
Right.
Monday through Friday. So I do check once a night because sometimes I will after I get up, I'll just turn my alarm off because I don't want it to ring again. I don't know why I do that, but yeah, I do that every once in a while. Wanda says, I'm glad my family thinks I'm the damn ATM. You got so many kids at this point. They should all get jobs, Wanda. Oh, Charles is offering a wake-up call. I'll pass along Cotter's number.
Is it just you pounding on my door or standing outside my window with a chainsaw?
That's Charles is just going to start doing his workouts in your garage. He's going to start beating on the walls to wake you up. It's band day, bro. Get in here. All right, once again, we have Roy coming up from United. He's going to be jumping in to do some Bias with us. He's driving a brand new fancy Bronco. Have you seen the new Broncos?
I haven't.
They look awesome. Andrew says, he goes, I have my alarm scheduled depending on the day, but I am also used to getting up at 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. I also wake up before the alarm, but the one time I do not set it, I don't wake up. Yeah, I don't know. I hate waking up before the alarm. It's the worst feeling, the absolute worst feeling in the world. And I wake up just before 5, and my wife got up, and I just felt her get up at 4:30 a.m. to go to the bathroom, and I hate that. I need complete silence and no movement while I sleep, please.
All right, there we go. All right, about a minute 20 left in trivia. Commercials. I had to drop one song, so we'll get into the top of the hour with Disturbed, Down with the Sickness. We'll talk some beer.
So funny enough, the last time I saw Roy was actually at Over Yonder. We were having drinks with him and our friend Stephanie from Scofflaw.
Yeah.
And that's the last time I saw him over there, was over there. And that was about a month and a half ago. We had to delay. I originally had him booked to come in at the end of August, but I ran out to go see family. So now we get him in here just a couple weeks past his original date, but we're happy to have Roy in from United. We've had Carly in before, Carly Wiggins, and you can go back and watch her episode of Beer for Breakfast over on our YouTube page. So please, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn your notifications on. But Roy is another member of the team. He's got a fancy title. What is he? Craft beer and spirit specialist? Damn it. That's an awesome title.
Sexy. Also, I just realized they also sent me the entire remastered Black Album.
Oh, okay.
I got that too.
So are you playing the remastered Black Album or are you playing the original?
We're going the original.
The OG Black Album.
So it's like I keep saying I'm going to go to Ogeechee Meat Market and pick up some meat, and I haven't done it in a while. So every time I go to their Facebook page, they have like the big tomahawk ribeyes on there.
Yeah.
Have you ever had one of those?
Mm-mm.
It's like, it just looks like the manliest chunk of meat ever.
It is.
And I'm just like, I think I'd screw it up.
You could beat someone to death with it. Of course, it's the manliest piece of meat.
Beat somebody to death with it, didn't have dinner.
Yeah.
Thing's just massive.
So I just saw this headline. So the TSA, if for some reason you refuse to wear a mask, they can fine you.
Okay.
They've just doubled the minimum fine because apparently travelers are still refusing to wear masks. So it's gone from $250 to $500.
Okay.
And for a repeat offender, you could get fined up to $3,000 per incident.
Damn. So you flew recently. Is it a mask on as soon as you get in the airport?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See, it's not a big deal.
No, I'm not worried about it.
I didn't have I had zero issues with like any other passengers being like everyone's just like, yeah, man, this is just life right now.
Yeah, I'm flying out next weekend, so.
Yeah, are you flying out of Savannah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super easy. Savannah, so just so you know, are you getting dropped off? Are you doing the extended?
I'm parking, yeah.
So they're completely repaving that thing, that huge parking lot out there, or they're extending it or something. So they had to push all of their like long term into some of the other parking areas. Give yourself an extra 10 minutes to figure it out because it's all different.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm flying out of there next weekend and then in October for the trip to Austin.
Yeah, they changed the longer term parking usually because it's like $5 a day if you park like 3 football fields away from the airport. Yeah, that's like it's pushed up closer, which is cool, but it's completely different. And like it was jammed. Like I got real nervous because the entire first level and actually multiple levels of the first building I went through, there was no parking spaces. Right. It was actually the next one that had a bunch. But I didn't know how to get over into it because I've never been there before.
Yeah. Yeah, good. I'll give myself a little bit extra time.
Yeah. Because immediately your thoughts are, oh, Christ, where am I going to park my car?
Yeah.
Should I go park it at the gas station down the street?
Hope for the best. All right. Friday has flown by as always. Thank you guys for hanging out.
I'm going to go ahead and bring. How much time do we have left?
We have got, let's see, 6 minutes
before we go back on the air.
Yeah, about 6 minutes. Well, 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to go grab Roy.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and fire up the delay. Guys, we'll be right back on. All right, there we go. Back on. The delay is firing up. Make sure you record anything that might happen. Oh, yeah. No, if anything interesting or crazy happens, it'll be recorded. We'll maybe just live stream it. All right, Marshall's getting Roy Kellett from United Distributing. What's up, man? What's going on? Good to see you again. Good to see you guys.
Okay. Let's get y'all situated. I'll make sure the camera is right at nipple level, which is, I know, where you like to be filmed at, Roy.
Perfect.
Just when you're talking, try to bring the mic like kind of as close and right there. Yeah, you could adjust the mic wherever you need it, but yeah, just make sure to talk into it. Some people just like to talk over here, then you can't pick it up, and you can't hear yourself. So yeah, people do that. Jay from Coastal. Not trying to point anyone out. How you been, man?
Good. Busy.
Yeah.
It's been a challenge this summer. Been delivering probably as much as I've been selling.
Yeah, because you guys are having a shortage of drivers, right?
Yeah, shortage of drivers, and we got to do what we got to do to get the job done. So I'm getting pretty handy with a hand truck.
Right.
Don't even have to work out on Fridays. Just rolling beer, slinging cases.
Do you have any tips of the trade for when it comes to the roller cart or whatever that maybe you didn't know before that you can share with everyone?
Be taller than me.
Okay.
The struggle's a real struggle.
I usually have a pretty good bruise like right here,
right,
on my chest. About time I get home on Friday because I just have to sort of tip it into myself.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you stack it right, 10 cases of bottles is about 310 pounds.
Jeez.
You just got to horse it.
Have you ditched any? Have you absolutely just ruined some of the product from?
I have not yet. However, 2 Fridays ago, I was delivering to Bar and I had 10 cases stacked on a hand truck, and you have to go down this flight of stairs, right?
Oh.
So you just tip it way back and go a step at a time.
Yeah.
Well, I got it a little far forward, and it started going, and I'm like, I'm just going to have to chase it and hope I don't fall. Made it down, no broken cases, but it was a little hairy.
Yeah, dicey situation.
There's a moment.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, kudos to you. Kudos for your workout, Friday workouts now. And are you so you're delivering today, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go move a sign that I hung in a bar downtown. I was told to put it right here, and then I was told that's not where it's supposed to go.
Of course.
So
love that.
that'll take me a few minutes, and then I'll be in the back of a truck sweating and moving cases.
So how long does it take you to deliver your route on Fridays?
I'll be working with a driver. We usually finish around 4:30.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. It has been later at times, but 4:30 in the afternoon.
So you're putting in like a full day of like not only selling beer like on a regular basis, but like then going out and delivering on a Friday.
It's work.
Ooh, good Lord. And then you have events on weekends sometimes too, right?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes. A lot of our events are like weeknight things. Thursday nights are a good time to do it.
Yeah.
Folks are getting out a little bit. Sometimes we'll have stuff on Saturdays, and when we had the craft beer festival, that was an entire week. I mean, I might have 30 events that week. So.
Yeah, well, that's dead. So.
Thank God.
Is that ever going to come back, you think? The Savannah Craft Brew Fest in some form or fashion?
I've heard rumors. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah?
It might. It might. I don't know how many beer festivals there are now. I know there was one in Augusta 2 or 3 weekends ago.
Yeah. I mean, but there's like nothing really local here. Now, Moon River did one a few weekends back.
Yep.
That had, some local brews, but nothing like large scale like, we were accustomed to with every Labor Day. So.
Right. Yeah. And that was a bit, I mean, gosh, 4,000 or 5,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Was it that many?
I think so. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Throughout the day. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dang, that's awesome. Hats off to them.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I really wish they officially make a comeback in some form or fashion. I love the beer festival, man. No one not likes the beer festival.
It depends on if you have to work.
Except everybody on that side.
All right, so we'll do 3 breaks here. The first break, we'll talk about you, what you do, what got you into craft beer, what beers you like, what are you drinking now. Our second break, we'll review beer number 1, and our third break, we'll review beer number 2. So
cool.
That's how these things will go. Randomly, Charles says, I found out that the TSA doesn't like it when you moan loudly while they are patting you down.
Makes sense.
We're just talking about the TSA just before you came in. Good to know, Charles. Thank you so much for sharing that.
I'll avoid that next week.
All right, a little less than a minute before we jump back on the air here at Rock 106.1. If you have any questions for Roy, maybe, and it's Sweetwater. You've got 2 different beers from us. Obviously, you sell a lot more than Sweetwater, correct? Are you selling anything other than that? Or?
Oh yeah, I sell. It's about 30 different brands: Sierra Nevada, Scofflaw, Abita, Boulevard, Southbound, right here in town.
Mm-hmm. We
got a lot of smaller local breweries from Atlanta, and then some big like players: Dogfish Head, New Realm.
Oh, nice.
So it kind of runs the spectrum, but we've got some really powerhouse brands. So
nice.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Good morning. It is time for Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. You can check out what's going down in the Sound Garden each and every weekend on their website, coaches.net. You also check them out on Facebook. Joining us in studio now from United Distributing, we've got Roy, Craft Beer Spirit Specialist. It's a great title. How does one acquire such an awesome title like
Good
this?
question.
that is a good question. So
I don't even know.
I've worked for United for 13 years, and I was in Atlanta, and they said, "Oh, you could transfer." I didn't even know we had an office here, and I wanted to be a part of this team, and the guy who ran it at the time knew that. So they decided to expand the team to Savannah. So I moved here 8 years ago.
Okay.
And over the years, we didn't sell spirits at first, and they said, "Hey, we're going to start selling spirits like next week." So that was a learning curve, but I've got my certified spirits specialist, which is just 3 letters on my card that doesn't mean a whole lot other than I can tell you how it's made. So it's been a fun thing to do.
I feel like that's an ID in your wallet you get to break out in special occasions when they're like, "Oh, sir, your gin and tonic is fine." Like, "Sir, it is not. I am a spirit specialist, and this drink sucks."
I just know about the base spirits. I trust the bartenders in this town who have a lot more talent than I do.
All right, so what is your gig then? We got the cool title, but what actually do you do with United?
So it is a sort of sales and like education overlay where I work with reps in different parts of my territory. I have downtown Savannah, Tybee Island, some in Richmond Hill. I have about 25 accounts in Augusta that I go to like once a month.
Awesome.
And I work with the sales reps to sell brands that may be lesser known, that are highly profitable to our company. So And I do a lot of education, staff trainings. So when we sell something into a customer, I can go to their bartenders, their servers, and it may be a 5-minute, like, here's 3 things you need to know, so they can sell it.
So we talked a little bit off the air, but what are some of the brands that you sell? Like, what are some of the big name brands that everyone could be like, oh, yeah, that one?
Sweetwater, which we'll talk about today, Scofflaw, Sierra Nevada, Abita, Boulevard. We've got Orpheus and Eventide and Gate City out of Atlanta. We've got Pretoria, which is from Albany. Southbound, which is right here in town.
Yeah.
We sell a lot of Southbound.
So, and this may be a tough question. Which one of them do you hate the most? You love them all equally.
I love them all equally.
Oh, okay, there you go.
He hasn't given us beer yet, Marshall. Calm down. Calm down.
What? No, I'm just trying to get to the heart of the issue. Which one do we need to cut off? Which one's the problem child? No, that's really cool. No, and thank you again for coming in for beer for breakfast today. I know we have 2 Sweetwater beers that we will get to. But, I mean, craft beer is obviously a passion for you. I think the last time I saw you, we were both at it Over Yonder, which is just behind Mood Rights. We were slugging back some beers there. What's your go-to beer? What's your, like, everyday, ordinary man beer that you kind of drink when you're out in the yard or just kind of chilling out at a place like Over Yonder?
If I'm buying beer to put in the fridge, typically it is Pog Basement. From Scofflaw.
Good choice.
That's what I buy most of the time. I love 420
because Roy likes to get drunk quick.
And if it's just hot out and I want to drink a beer, Miller Lite.
Yeah.
What's do you remember like the craft beer that kind of got you into it or your introduction into it?
My introduction was I was 18 years old, standing in a pasture next to a bonfire, and a buddy of mine had Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, and I nearly spit it out. I was like, how could you drink this? It was horrible. And now I think Sierra Nevada is like one of those beers where I'm like, oh, yeah, you throw that in the cooler and take it to the beach. Like, But at the time, it was like, whoa. But over the years, I worked in a territory in Atlanta where I sold more Sweetwater than I sold Coors Light. I mean, it was, massive amount of Sweetwater.
So the people of Atlanta don't like Blue Mountains.
Not where I was selling. They do love some Sweetwater though. So I just started trying stuff and realized like over the time, like I found stuff that I really liked. And now where I wouldn't have drank an IPA 15 years ago, that's what I drink most of the time.
Yeah, I hear you.
I was going to say that first time you have that IPA and you're like, what is this? They're hops. They're an all beer, but you can taste it here.
It's a shock.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of a kick in the mouth.
100%. All right, well, we've talked enough about beer. I want to drink beer with you fellas. I feel like we're past that stage in our relationship. So let's take a short break and get to that, Cotter.
All right, so what do we got coming up? What beer from Sweetwater are we going to drink today?
The first beer we're going to have is Broken Coast, which is a brand new lager.
Okay. Never heard of this one.
Yep.
All right, I'm down for that. So that's coming up next. More with Roy. We're going to drink some beer. Beer for breakfast. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1. Here's Evanescence.
Yeah, you want to grab that beer real quick? Yep. We'll have it out. We showcase it on the stream.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Ooh.
Oh, so is this a collaboration beer?
It is.
Okay, cool.
Oh, really?
It grows certain type of crops.
Like maple syrup?
Something.
So we've got a lot of Canadian hate on the show today.
I don't know what happened. It just got weird.
Actually, it was we do like a question of the day right at 7:00, and our question of the day was, what finally made you quit your job? And it was funny because we had a couple people in a row talk about how a Canadian that they worked with ruined their job and made them quit. So it's funny, the first beer you bring to us is a Canadian beer. Now, we have determined on the show, we love Canadians. We love everything about Canada. So I think this beer is more about making amends from what happened earlier in the show. So we're a pro-Canadian morning show.
Perfect.
Just to clear that up. Any grievances against Canadians that you want to say right now, just to get it out of the way?
No grievances other than I want Letterkenny to come back. I need a new season.
Okay. Cotter, I've never seen the show, but Cotter's watched a couple episodes, a couple seasons.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so good, man. It is so good.
The first time I heard about it, Stephanie was like, you got to watch this show. It's a Canadian comedy. And I was like, that sounds fun. And like 30 seconds into the episode, I was crying.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I was wrong.
Yeah. It's one of those things. It's like there was so much hype around it. I'm like, I'm not going to like this. But yeah, I'm right there with you. You're a couple minutes in and you're like, this is weird,
but that's okay.
But I love it.
So good.
Is it like an office where there's a camera kind of following around documentary style, or is it just kind of a straight up like
They break the fourth wall every now and then,
A little bit.
but it's just about like this group of 4 people and the people in their like circle in this super tiny, small Canadian town. They got their own lingo, their own everything. It's just,
is it over the top Canadian? Are they saying like I wouldn't understand the words they're saying?
it's definitely Canadian, but I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, it's definitely Canadian.
Okay.
When they have the hockey tournament with the teams from the different parts of Canada, it gets a little squirrely, but it's funny.
They don't pander to a U.S. audience. I mean, they are making the show for Canada, and if anybody else likes it, cool.
And this show's been going on for like ever. Like it's like season 10 or 11. Like it's 8
or 9.
Yeah.
Something.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. They tour with it. And I think they're going to be in Atlanta here relatively sometime next year, bringing the tour down.
Yeah, it's kind of like how the Trailer Park Boys, like another Canadian show.
I couldn't get into that one. I tried, and that one was just like, I don't get this one. But this,
I got brought to a live Trailer Park Boys show in Seattle, and I didn't know what I was getting into. My buddy was just like, hey, let's go to this thing. And I was like, everyone is getting this except for me. I felt so stupid. I felt that's so stupid.
All right, guys, we got about 20. Be right back. Good morning. Welcome to Beer for Breakfast. It is brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Find out what's going down in the Sound Garden. Just hit them up online. It is coaches.net or their Facebook page. Coach joined by Roy from United Distributing. It's time to drink some beer. You got a couple offerings from Sweetwater. Love Sweetwater. These are 2 beers I have never had, so very excited. What are we trying first?
So the first beer we're going to try is Broken Coast Lager, which is a new beer from them. It's a 5.5% ABV beer at 20 IBUs, so very easy to drink. Mm-hmm. This is like your boat beer, your beach beer, hot weather. Broken Coast is a farm in Canada that grows certain crop, and this is a collaboration beer with those guys. This is a really cool lager. It's not going to finish like others. It's going to have like a little key lime and some orange zest to it. So,
and once again, although we did hear some disparaging remarks about Canadians earlier in the show, we were very much a pro-Canadian morning show.
Yes.
Just to clear that up. If you're Canadian, you're watching right now, we love you. We absolutely do love you.
And we're extending the olive branch to Canada with this beer right here.
All right. So once again, as Roy said, this is a collaboration between Sweetwater and Broken Coast, the BC Lager. So let's go ahead and pour this one out. Get set to drink a few beers here, guys. Sorry, we obviously didn't pour them beforehand. We were talking.
we were talking stuff.
Connor, use your voice.
I'm really excited when you brought up the notes of key lime pie. I mean, outside of some beers that are purposely, with the key lime pie flavor. Oh, just give me 2. I'll double fist, sure.
Oh.
No, well, there you go.
Obviously, glasses are hard.
Everybody's beer.
I'm intrigued by that to be kind of the finish on just kind of like a lager like this. I mean, was that kind of an intentional thing when brewing the beer? Were they going for a flavor like that?
I think so, yeah, probably, but it's done with hops. It's not done with fruit, so there's no flavoring. It's just the type of hops that they use will give it these different flavors, which we'll explore a little bit differently with the second beer.
Okay.
So this is just some mad scientist stuff. All right, let's go ahead and begin the review once again. This is Sweetwater and Broken Coast BC Lager. We'll start off with a big old sniff.
You get that lager nose to it right away. It's very nice, very refreshing, very crisp. So I'm down with this so far.
Yeah, it's got some subtle hints to that key lime that Roy was talking about. Now, holding it up to the light, this thing is just kind of that light, hazy, what do they call it? Like just a straw gold type of color holding up to the live stream if you happen to be watching that. Roy, did we miss anything on the look and the smell of this beer?
Nope. I think you got it right on. The word I was going to use is crisp, and it's got that perfect like golden color that you want to see, and it's super clear, so nice carbonation.
Perfect. Well, cheers, gents.
Cheers.
It's got a nice like malty kind of a taste to it with a very light kind of citrusy kind of hint right there at the end. You kind of breathe out some of that citrus when you're drinking this beer. That's why it's very easy drinking beer. You nailed it there, Roy.
Yeah, very crisp. I would definitely use that word. I definitely see this as like a beach and boat type beer. I love that it's like 5.5% for a beach and a boat type beer. That's always nice too. This is really good. And yeah, you get that little bit of hint of the key lime and the orange at the end, which is really nice and adds like a whole nother refreshing layer on top of the beer.
All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and score this one out. On the beer scale of supremacy, Cotter, let's go ahead and start with you. The Sweetwater Broken Coast collaboration BC Lager. What do you give it?
I'm going to go 3.83.
Ooh, that's very high.
3.83. I like this beer. It's refreshing. It's light. I wish I would have found this at the beginning of the summer so I can enjoy it all summer long.
All right, Roy, obviously, I know you're a little skewed when it comes to reviewing a beer like this, mostly because you sell it. But let's go ahead and have you review Sweetwater's Broken Coast BC Lager. What do you give it on the beer scale of supremacy?
If I sell it, I'm going to always give it a 4. I'd say 3.5.
Okay.
I really like this beer, and I like the fact that the flavor's different.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just like to crush a nice cold beer.
I love a beer when it hits that crushable moment. Sometimes there's a beer where you drink like a couple drinks, and then it hits that certain temperature, and you're like, I'm going to chug all of this. I know. And all of us have had that same exact thing happen to us. So I agree, guys. This beer really hits the spot and could be a perfect lawn mowing beer. I want to drink this while mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
I'm at that point where I am honestly considering adding a cup holder to my lawnmower, and I think this beer could definitely find its way into that. So I'm going to give it a 3.25 today.
All right, good stuff. All right, so you brought like a big gun here with beer number 2. So what are we going to get to here after the break?
So this is a Dank Tank Series beer, which these guys are like one-offs. They do a small batch, release them. This is 710 Hazy Double IPA. This will be my first time trying this beer as well, so I'm pretty excited about it.
All right, we're going to check that out next. More beer for breakfast. Roy from United Distributing, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Okay.
All right, back on the stream. I don't know why your camera got slightly fuzzy, Roy. I'm just going to go ahead and just shut this right here and see if... There you are. You're beautiful again.
All right, thank you so much.
You got a little less beautiful. Now you're back to being beautiful.
I love it.
Been very awkward.
We'll come right out of... Well, let me see. Do we have a shorter song? A shorter one. I'll throw that in. Yeah, we'll throw a song. Hold on.
Okay. Sounds good. What are you doing this weekend, man? Obviously, you're working today, sweating in a truck, getting your workout in.
Sweating in a truck today. We're going to have dinner at Ardsley Station tonight, and Georgia game tomorrow afternoon. So that means like food on the grill and beers and just enjoying some football.
So what did you think of the Georgia Bulldog performance last week with that Clemson game? Because I was very excited about it. I sat down and watched it, and I've never been so disappointed.
As a proud graduate of the University of Georgia, I loved it. The defense was amazing. The offense obviously needs some work.
Yeah.
Had a lot of skill guys out, and hopefully they'll get some back. But I'd like to see a little more pizzazz.
Yeah. Some points on the board would be nice.
Yeah.
Other than the defense scoring a touchdown for
But burying the opposing quarterback 7 times, always fun.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of like stingy defense. So
that Clemson quarterback, I don't remember his name, but I never seen a guy look so lost out there. He was throwing balls that I think I could have quarterbacked just about the same level as he did. It was ugly, that ugly.
I think when you're getting chased by a lot of big, fast dudes, things get confusing pretty quick.
Yeah. So Georgia's actually taking on the UAB Blazers. So how many dozens of points will the Bulldogs win by?
I don't know. UAB is supposed to be a pretty good team. I don't know a whole lot about them.
They won 31-0 over JSU last week. Once again, the renowned football program, JSU. So much so, I don't even know what that means.
Jacksonville State.
Oh, of course.
I want to say that Georgia's going to win by like 4 touchdowns, but again, the offense, who knows? Who knows?
So we'll only say 3 just to be safe.
I'm going to go ahead and give the Bulldogs a guaranteed 16-point victory.
I'm so sorry he just said that. You're so screwed now.
Minimum.
Did you just jinx us?
He was picking Clemson all last week before.
I really thought Clemson was going to just, no offense, hammer the shit out of the Bulldogs, and I had to apologize. I just felt bad after that game. On Sunday, I almost sent out an apology tweet just for everyone. Charles actually has a quick question for you. He said, did Roy bring some free sample cases for the bald members of the Horde? I don't think he did. He brought in a very small cooler, it looks like, just with the beers for us, Charles. But maybe you can find him outside the studios and then rob him of the other beer he has.
I did bring you guys a bonus beer from Scofflaw that's in my cooler.
I like that.
Nice. I love that.
I was yesterday. Steph goes, "What beers are you taking?" I told her, and she's like, "You got to take something of mine." I was like, "You were just on the show." But she's like,
she's pimping her stuff.
Will you
man.
take? Hey, listen, I know. She's like, "Will you take them this sour?" I'm like, "Sure." So picked you guys up a couple cans.
All right,
nice.
I'll leave you with. It's tastes like orange juice, so it's perfect for breakfast.
Perfect.
I love it. She was like, I was just on the show. She was on the show in April. It's been a while.
No, I told her she was just on the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll definitely need to. We'll probably have her back on before the end of the year. But we actually go on this little streak of the next few weeks of not being here on Friday.
Sad. No beer for breakfast for a while.
Yeah, we're taking a few days, a few Fridays off to go on certain trips to kind of get them out of the way. So we're actually off next Friday. I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights. No big deal.
Nice.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I'm going to Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas is way cooler than Halloween Horror Nights. Don't worry, man. The worst part is I'll probably get COVID and I'll be out for 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I've had it. It was fun.
How was Coco for you?
I was super tired. I had a fever for a few days,
Mhm.
and I didn't eat for a lot of it. So
that's how you got your summer body.
lost 12 pounds. It's not a good way to do it.
Right.
But I got the antibody treatment. I was better within about 36 to 48 hours.
Okay.
So COVID made you sexier.
I'd like to think so.
Okay.
I mean, if you need a benefit from it, there you go.
So we had a guy on from Orange Theory Fitness for beer for breakfast a few weeks back, and I asked him how I could. Obviously, didn't really work out my summer body, and I go, "How can I get in summer shape quickly?" He said, "Burpees." So I did burpees for quite a few days in a row, and I don't really feel it helped. I don't really feel like it really got me where I needed it.
Burpees are just super terrible. Like no one should ever say you should just do burpees because they suck.
Yeah, they do suck. May I just get COVID? No? Okay.
Stephanie's hanging out in the chat today. So there you go.
Liquid says, "Good morning. Super slam today, so I can only really listen to the end of the show. Have a great weekend, all."
You too, Liquid.
Thank you, Liquid. Appreciate that.
Best of luck in your fantasy football endeavors.
He's actually in our league. You're not supposed to wish him.
I'm not playing him this week, so it's fine.
Well, you know.
I don't think. Am I playing you this week?
you always wish everyone the worst when it comes to fantasy football, especially in your league.
I'm going to grab you guys these bonus beers out of the cooler.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's take a peek. Let's show them off to everyone so they can get jealous.
All right, got about 4 minutes. We'll be back.
So here's our... it's the Scofflaw Brewing's Get Effin' Happy Sunshine Orange Sour. This is Happy Juice.
F negativity, because negative people suck.
Well, actually, I mean, the show is named Positive Vibes
I know,
Only
right?
Friday.
This is should be the official beer of the show today.
I really like this.
This
Orange
is good.
5.5, 5.7%.
Dropping ice.
They got a little recycle logo that says "Recycle this shit" underneath it. I like it. Scofflaw with the potty mouth. Thank you, Stephanie. We do appreciate that.
Always.
Marshall, because you were drinking IPAs while doing burpees. I wasn't, surprisingly. I should have. Maybe that would have really got me into shape. Maybe I was doing burpees wrong. Are you supposed to chug IPAs while doing them?
Yes.
And like every fifth one.
Every fifth one.
Every fifth IPA, you do a burpee, right?
Jesus.
That's what I meant.
Okay, good. I'm in then.
I'd do the 2 burpees. That's all I would do.
That sounds good.
Is that how many you're supposed to do?
I think
Just
so.
The 2?
Yeah. All right, we got about 3 minutes.
So it's a story on TMZ, and it's a story I hate talking about because I love this person. Queens of the Stone Age, Josh Homme, lead singer.
Yeah.
Josh Homme's kids have filed a restraining order against him.
Really?
Claiming he's scary and abusive, lead singer, Queens of the Stone Age. So the children of Queens of the Stone Age frontman Josh Homme are seeking protection against him because he's scary, yells at their mother, who him and his wife are divorced,
right?
And drinks and drives with them in the car, according to new legal docs. Josh Homme's sons, Oren and Wolf, great names, have filed for domestic violence restraining orders against him through their mother, Brody Dahl, alleging they are scared he is going to hurt them.
That's not a good look for your guy.
Apparently, he alleges the father drinks alcohol while he's in the car with the kids. He abuses them by flicking their ears, hitting his head. This is Oren saying this, flicking his head, or hitting his head, flicking his ears, poking his chest, and throwing things at him. I feel like that's every dad ever. My dad did that same stuff. Was I abused? While calling him fat, Dad didn't do that because my dad was a big guy. Like looking in the mirror for him. And allegedly making threats about murdering his former wife's boyfriend. Well, that's just hilarious.
I don't. Okay. Interesting take.
It's weird that his kids would actually just go off and do that. Obviously, it was put through their mother. But, yeah, I mean, he has a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old who are putting this or trying to file a restraining order against their father.
Wow.
That's a wild story, TMZ.
All right, just over a minute. Charles, glad Roy didn't bring any Canadian beer today. Technically.
He did, man.
It was collaboration.
Yeah, we talked about that. You must not have been listening. Like we said, we're very much a pro-Canadian morning show. We love Canadians. We actually talked about the things we love of Canada. Mostly their maple syrup.
Mostly.
Toronto Raptors, love them. They won the championship a few years ago. It was great.
True.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and open this one and kind of get it poured so we have it ready.
All right, got about 35 seconds, guys.
Oh, I actually brought 2 sets of glasses. I don't have to re-pour into.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. It is Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. You can check them out online. See who's playing the Soundgarden, coaches.net. Also on their Facebook page. We are joined by Roy from United Distributing, enjoying some beers from Sweetwater today. So this next beer, you said you haven't even had.
Have not tried this
one yet.
It's so new.
From the Dank Tank series, 710 Hazy Double IPA. So what are we getting into with this beer, man?
So we're getting into a double IPA, which most people, I think, when they hear that, think, oh, this is going to be super, super bitter. It's not. It's 65 IBUs, which is low on the IPA scale.
Right.
But to create that beer, you got to have so many sugars. The malt bill is so big. To me, double IPAs are a little sweeter.
Okay.
So that's what I'm expecting. We're going to get some pineapple, some pineapple tropical fruit,
right,
and probably a lot of pine. They use hemp or hop terpenes in this beer.
Okay.
So they extract all the oils and resins, all that good stuff. It's going to give you a ton of aroma, but not too much bitterness.
They just squeeze them out like those videos where they crush stuff. Is that how they get the oil out of them?
Sort of like that.
Yeah, yes. Just
they're saying aromas of mango, tropical fruit, and pine.
And this thing comes in, I think it's 7.5% alcohol. Once again, trying Sweetwater from their Dank Tank series, the 710 Hazy Double IPA. All right, let's go ahead and start the review here by taking a big old sniff. Woo, good Lord. This thing is dank.
You definitely get the tropical fruit right up front. That's what hits me in the nose right away.
Well, with a heavy dose of dankness behind that.
That's okay, though.
Roy, what do you think with the nose of this? What are we missing? He's like, let me double check.
I still have like COVID nose a little bit. So, what I smell the most is that dank that you're getting.
Yeah.
I can smell the fruit just a hair, but what I'm smelling the most is that like big hop character.
100%. All right, let's hold it up to the light. And of course, if you're watching the live stream, you'll see it right on camera here. Use kind of a hazy, lighter yellow kind of a color there running through the glass. I don't see much carbonation running through it, but of course, it's so hazy, I probably couldn't see it anyway. So once again, there you go there. So with all that being said, let's drink, boys. Cheers. Ooh, it's got a nice, it's got a really, I won't say harsh, but a really big, dank kind of flavor profile on it. And it has some really nice sweetness with the pineapple, Roy, that you were saying, kind of hits you right at the beginning, and then you get a whole bunch of dankness kind of on the back end there. Cotter chugged his entire beer. I think he likes it. Cotter, what do you think?
I do. So you definitely get a lot of dankness. For me, the nose of it was more the tropical fruit.
On the flavor side of things, it's more of the dankness, and you just get a hint of the tropical fruit on the back end. It's super smooth, a little sweet, like you said, but that's good. It's a solid double IPA.
Roy, what are we missing here? What do you think of this 710? Is this the first time you've had it as well?
Yeah, I think you guys are spot on. I get, again, mostly the bitterness of the hops, like that piney thing that goes on with hops.
Yeah.
But just like hints of fruit. And again, just like I said before, this is just the type of hops that they use in the beers, what's creating the flavors. But for me, it's just the bitter side of it.
Yeah.
And it's very subtle fruit.
Yeah, and now that I've spent a few seconds away from having a drink, I actually do get some of that bitterness still in my mouth. All right, let's go ahead and review this beer. Once again, this is Sweetwater's from their Dank Tank series. I'll show it off on the live stream here. This is the 710 Hazy Double IPA coming in at 7.5% alcohol. Now, before we get into the ratings, now when it comes to these new Sweetwater beers, are these available for purchase somewhere? Can we go to Habersham or a grocery store to find them?
Yes, Habersham has those. They typically don't show up in grocery, but Habersham does have that. That's where I bought that yesterday, as a matter of fact. And they come out once, and they have re-released a couple of them over the years, but that's usually, if you've been in the brewery, they have this tank that's painted this weird, like a caveman with a zebra bikini on, and it's a smaller tank, and they just hey, we're going to do this one-off, and they come up with some pretty off-the-wall stuff.
Nice. All right, well, let's get into the review here. Cotter, on the beer scale of supremacy, what do we give Sweetwater's Dank Tank Series 710 Hazy Double IPA?
I'm going to go 3.636. I like the beer. I'm curious to see, let it warm up just a bit and then try it again to see if, any of the flavor profile changes a little bit. So definitely going to have to retry the beer for show purposes only.
Well, don't worry. We have one that's not open.
Research.
Right now, so.
It's research. So, but no, it's another good offering, man.
All right, Roy, on the beer scale of supremacy, what do you think about Sweetwater's Dank Tank Series 710 Hazy Double IPA?
I'm going to go 3.25. I'm not typically a double IPA drinker because of the sweetness, but I like it. I'm not the hop bitterness that you get where it feels like you got a hop sweater on your tongue is a little much for me.
Hop sweater on your tongue. I love that.
But it's well-made beer.
All right. I'm right in the same arena, guys. I'm going to go 3.5 on this one. Sweetwater does have such weird, crazy offerings in their Dank Tank series. I'm going to have to find more of these beers in the future because I know they're going to do some weird caveman stuff that I'm probably most definitely going to want to drink. So, 3.5 for me.
All right, Roy, thank you so much for stopping by, man. Appreciate it very much. Thank you for the beer. Appreciate that as well.
It's literally our favorite part. Anytime you walk in with free beer, you can always come on the air.
Thank you guys for having me. I've enjoyed it.
All right, so once again, you got anything coming up we want to talk about with Sweetwater and any of the other breweries?
Any major events you got going?
The pressure.
We didn't tell you we'd ask you this question. Sorry. He's got some stuff. So I
got some stuff.
Yeah, he's got some stuff.
Yeah.
Follow Roy on the social medias. Make sure, and of course, if you see Roy out in public and he's like carrying beer somewhere, just clap. Don't help him. That's probably against the law. Just applaud him out in public.
All right, Roy, once again, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Coming up next, going to get to some Marshall's music news. Here's Highly Suspect in 16, Rock 106.1.
Texted me a few minutes ago, hey, Mr. Radio DJ, play some Metallica.
Done. That's something we could definitely do. I love Stephanie just messaged. She goes, Scofflaw 5th anniversary. Come on, Roy.
Jesus.
How'd you miss the 5th anniversary?
Well, I was thinking there's some big event coming up, but it was not local. I was like, I can't think straight.
It sounds like you're not going to the 5th anniversary. I think Stephanie's uninviting you.
I think I just got taken off the list, probably.
Definitely off the list.
I'm going to have you do Sign the Wall.
Oh, yeah, please sign the wall. I'll see if anyone's here so we can grab a picture.
Okay.
If not, we'll have to do a fancy selfie.
She just texted me, 5-year anniversary.
Oh, yeah. It's all good. All right, guys, 2.5 minutes. Get into some Marshall's music news, couple stories. We'll wrap it up for your Friday. Perfect. Perfect.
Not going to believe this. No one showed up to work.
Are you serious? Nobody else is here?
Nobody else is here. It's almost 10 o'clock in the morning. All of our coworkers are just like, Yeah, we're good. We're not going to show up to work.
It's perfect. I might do the same.
Yeah. Joke's on them. I'm leaving. If no one's going to show up to work, then I'm going to take it as I accidentally came in on a Saturday, and I should probably go
Just
home.
shut it down.
Immediately.
Go home.
Lock the doors. Charles goes, hop sweater. Classic. That is a great way of explaining it.
No,
I never thought of that.
It is.
So, yes, since I forgot it, if you're in Atlanta next weekend, the Scofflaw 5th anniversary should be fun. There will be baby goats in the yard, as there always are, and a lot of really good beer and spirits. So,
nice.
And now, is it like a one in, one out policy when it comes to the goats? Like, are goats invited to the party? What if I brought one?
The goats are invited, and they typically show up, and they're great, great fun. The kids love them, and Stephanie also loves them.
Can I just take one? Is it?
You have to give the goat back. Like, you can't just throw it in the car and bring it.
You just can't. I'm just going to throw the goat in the trunk, and I'll just go grab it later.
I'll take a 6-pack and a goat to go.
Be right back.
It's a little cold out here. I'll take the hoodie and that goat. Actually, put the hoodie on the goat. It looks so cute. All right. Well, I'm going to very awkwardly take a picture.
We got about a minute, so
for everyone. For us, mostly, so.
That's awesome.
Having proof, a really badly taken picture by me that may or may not make the daylight.
All right, we got about 35 seconds if you're ready for your first story.
If
you're ready,
yeah, I guess I have to be, right? Yeah, sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sir. What?
All right, guys, be right back. All right, big thanks to everybody hanging out on air and on the stream today. Going to jump right in to some Marshall's music news.
So Travis Barker obviously has some issues with planes, as you can imagine. Just back in 2008, he had a deadly plane crash that he somehow survived, and he obviously has not been a fan of flying ever since. Now, he made a condition with his new girlfriend, Kourtney Kardashian, because I just believe everyone's dating a Kardashian at this point.
Makes sense.
If you have any sort of status, you are or have dated a Kardashian family member, whether it be Bruce or Kourtney or maybe Kim. I'm not for sure. But apparently he put out this thing to Kourtney saying that he's willing to fly again with her, but he just needs 24 hours notice that it's going to happen. And he apparently went through, obviously, a lot of PTSD from his terrible wreck because it gave him like third-degree burns on his body. And it took a really long time for him to become normal again. So he told Kourtney Kardashian that he would love to do some traveling with her, going to Cabo, Paris. He just needs a 24-hour notice. And he said that they went to Cabo for their first flight. He said it was the easiest flight ever in his entire life. He actually
didn't crash. Of course it was easy.
Well, of course.
Anything's easy after that.
He said that he and a friend actually did some breath work prior to takeoff, and that mindful inhalation and exhalation, those are large words, sorry. Inhale and exhale definitely helped him as well. So also I've been drinking beer. Anyway, so that's kind of how he got through it. He said he just felt awesome about that, and he plans on traveling via airplane again and many times. So good for Travis, overcoming a massive fear, a legitimate fear, and he totally got over it. Good for him.
All right, one more story to go in Marshall's music news, then we'll wrap up the show. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1. All right, there we go.
Perfect.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I'm going back to Over Yonder possibly tomorrow. I just love that place. I don't know what it is about the tiny little cowboy bar on the back of the weird bowling bar, but it speaks to me. It speaks to me, Roy.
It's a good little hangout in the afternoon, and if you just want to go drink a cold beer, Lone Star, fantastic choice. I will say, as craft beer and spirits specialist, that I might drink my share of hams at Lone Wolf. So, yeah, I got nothing against a good cold beer.
I mean, they got, I went over and they had $3 Shiners. Shiner Bock for $3. I'm in all day on this. Bring it on, man.
Yeah, they did like a craft cocktail where they used like a Tecate Light, and then they had some sort of like Chipotle liquor of some sort, and they made some weird cocktail. Chris there at Lone Wolf, over yonder, just made some crazy stuff for us, and I chugged like 3 of them. It was excellent.
And their fries are delicious.
They are. Yeah,
I've heard the food's good. I have not tried it yet.
All I've had is the fries.
The smash burger. They have some sort of burger. You can add kimchi to it. Oh, it's delicious. And then you spoke of Lone Wolf. I mean, talk about 2 places that I just utterly love. I mean, Lone Wolf, you go for cocktails. Over yonder, you go to Slug Beers and have some great food. And they have some great cocktails as well. But, I mean, 2 of my favorite places, and they're like a block apart.
Yep.
My only beef with Lone Wolf is when you get change, they stamp the dollar bills.
I never noticed that.
And then I always, or at least the few times I've gone, any change I got that were ones, they stamp like their logo on it, and I always feel like an a-hole trying to spend that anyplace else, and I'm just like, crap. So I've got like, I think I got a dollar bill in my desk drawer here at work that's got the logo stamped on it.
You know what? I never pay in cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a drug dealer like you, Cotter.
All right, I hardly ever have cash.
I just, have extra cash.
Just laying around.
Don't judge.
Yeah. He definitely doesn't make and or sell meth, just so you know.
No.
Yeah, we're an anti-meth show. Pro-Canadian, anti-meth. Yeah, we've always said that. Yeah, look it up.
It's actually the slogan.
It's on our Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
We don't have one yet.
We don't have one.
We'll create it.
When do we do?
Yeah. So the 5th anniversary is actually at Scofflaw, obviously, in Atlanta. What date is that again?
Saturday, September 18th.
So that's next weekend.
Yeah. Next weekend, yep.
You and I went to Scofflaw a couple years back. The place is awesome, man.
Yeah, I love Scofflaw, and they have is it just Dr. Scofflaw?
Yeah, that's down the street about a mile and a half.
Yeah, and that's their experimental. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do that. We need to do that.
Well, I don't know if it even existed when we initially went.
Yeah, it didn't. It's pretty new.
Yeah, we went to Atlanta for the Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Rams.
That's right. I bought you guys beers at the brewery that day.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you missed a turn somewhere, and you were looking at me like I was crazy.
Oh, yeah, that was you. Shit, I forgot that was. It was a long time ago, man.
It was a while back, yeah.
The worst part about it, they didn't get us tickets into the Super Bowl. Damn NFL. That's why I hate the NFL, although I constantly watch it.
Just got to do the media and then see you later.
Yeah, they just pushed us out.
Fun.
Like a bunch of vagabonds. Yeah. Well, man, thank you so much for coming in today once again.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
And then maybe next time we come in, let's have Stephanie write down a list of things you have coming up.
Things that I have to know,
so you don't mess that up again. Jesus Christ, I don't think you're ever going to live that down. And then Stephanie, tell her thank you once again. I don't know if she's still in the chat or not, but tell her thank you once again for these beers.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be chugging those later. I don't have to do anything, and apparently no one's coming to work today. We have the day off, and no one told us.
No, nobody's here.
Yeah.
Jake claimed to be coming in today.
Jake?
Yeah. I don't know.
No way.
He said maybe.
Jake comes in once a week. Maybe. Essentially, it's work release program is actually him coming to work.
That's true. All right, guys. So we've got about a minute left in commercials. Foo Fighters making a fire, and then we'll get into our final break.
So when you told your bosses that you were like, "Hey, I'm coming to do beer for breakfast," and
I'll be right back.
We broke the seal with Carly, having her on the show. Were they just like, okay, or did you even tell them you were coming?
Oh, I had to tell them because we had 3 hours of Zoom calls scheduled for this morning, and I was
so you're missing that right now. Okay, all right.
So thank you very much.
No problem.
Actually,
glad we could be that for you.
Yes, I called my boss yesterday and I said, "Hey, I totally forgot about this, but I'm going to be on the radio tomorrow, so I won't be on these calls." And he's like, "Okay, cool." So I emailed him and the big boss, and they were just like, "Good luck." So
nice.
Like, good luck. No pressure.
Yeah, you'll be fine. What we'll do is actually with the bit that we did, I'll cut it into kind of a shorter, extended video. We'll put it up on our YouTube page. So, and then I'll shoot you the link so you can showcase it if you want to.
Awesome.
Or if you hate it, just act like it never happened.
I'll just try to forget about it.
Yeah. It's pretty much what I do. Every day I'm on the radio, I essentially, the moment I get off the radio, I forget what I did. And I'll have people like stop me and be like, "Oh man, you remember when you were talking about this?" I'm like, "Good, sort of." But now I have video evidence because we live stream the show every day. So if anyone ever asks me what I did, I'm like, "Yeah, hold on one second. I'm going to the bathroom." And I'll just go back. I'm like,
scroll back.
"Oh yeah, I did say that extremely offensive thing." "Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I did say that."
I'm just proud you guys didn't have to hit the dump button on me.
I had it on.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You did great.
Did someone warn you beforehand?
No, I figured there's beer involved. We should probably turn that on.
You're not. Well, here's the thing. You're not an aggressively abuser of curse words. At least, well, I've known you. You haven't really. You're looking at me like you're an idiot. I actually cuss all the time.
It depends on who you ask, actually.
Actually, we're on the live stream right now. What's your favorite cuss word? You can cuss on the live stream. Mine's fuck.
Fuck. I mean, how can you beat fuck?
Making sure we're good. Okay. It's always sense panic.
Connor, what's your favorite cuss word?
That one. Yes.
Say it.
The F word.
What is it? The F word?
Fudge.
It's a descriptor. It's a verb. It's everything.
It's everything. Stephanie's like, he swears all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mostly at animals, though. Yeah, he hates goats. So offensive to the Scofflaw brand. Is that why Stephanie sells more Scofflaw than you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She only cusses every once in a while.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right, one more story, guys. Then we're jumping out for the whole entire weekend. I'm excited. I'm going to see a movie. You're going to Hilton Head Island to hang out with old people and swingers.
Go to a brewery.
Yeah.
Which brewery are you checking out?
Lincoln and South. I don't know. It's like the new one that just opened.
Where is it located at?
Let's find Lincoln and South, maybe.
I didn't know there was a Lincoln on Hilton Head.
I don't know. Yeah, Lincoln and South Brewing Company. See, what's their address? It doesn't say.
It's going to be easy to find.
Oh, yeah.
Check out the website.
It's going to be at some guy's garage.
I'm okay with that.
Swingers guy garage. When you come in, you have to give him your keys.
Hey.
And then he hands back a random set of keys.
I'm good if it gets weird.
Yeah, where is this place? It doesn't even have an address? Is it open?
Yeah.
Can people consume beverages on site?
138 Island Drive. I have no idea where. I don't know my way around Hilton Head enough to tell you what that's by or near.
I'll tell you.
But it looks like a nice little place.
It's on Hilton Head, not Bluffton, right?
Yeah.
$138 Island Drive?
Yep.
Okay, it does look like a storefront. They have not updated the picture.
Okay.
Currently on Google, according to this, it is named Building.
So founded in 2020, group of industry
great year to open a brewery.
Professionals that came together with an idea in 2017 in Vermont. Authenticity is everything, and the state is known for as a ski destination. Became known as the Napa Valley of Beer in 2017 in Lincoln, Vermont. A father and son had a dream of bringing the style of Vermont's famed beer to one of their favorite places, Hilton Head, South Carolina. Teaming up with John, our buddy John the Brewer.
Oh, John the Brewer,
that'd be my guess.
Formerly of Hilton Head.
Yep, that'd be my guess.
Brewery.
They local professional brewer and a team of local craft beer enthusiasts. So I may have to reach out to John before I go. There you go.
Liquid says, if you don't get stuck on the island, stop by Bluffton and come see him.
Okay. We got about 20 seconds, guys. Be right back. All right, before we get out of here, one more time, we got Marshall's Music News.
So there's a new band called The Lucid. It's a 4-piece hard rock band featuring bassist David Elfson. He's formerly of Megadeth. Obviously, he got kicked out of the band earlier just this year because he possibly was grooming a younger lady child. We're not for sure. Things have come out for and against that, like facts and stuff. So anyway, we would leave it there. But who else is in the band? Great question. Thanks for asking. Vocalist Vinny Dombrowski, yes, the lead singer of Spun, who was just in town with us for our 20th anniversary show. Guitarist Drew Fortier and drummer Mike Heller of Fear Factory. Now, they're set to release their new debut album, self-titled, on October 15th. And their first single is entitled Maggot Wind. Cotter, you listened to this track yesterday. I have not listened to it myself. What do you think?
Because Vinny is a friend of the station.
Friend of the show.
played our 20th anniversary concert.
Sure did.
I'm just going to admit that I listened to the song.
Wow. You don't want to say that it was terrible, wasn't good, sucked?
I listened to about 45 seconds of the song.
How was the musicianship on the song? Maybe we could say something nice about like the bass line or the drumming.
Quality there is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say
he's doing a lot of movement with his hands right now.
You bring everything together, it just doesn't necessarily work as a whole.
Interesting. Anyway, so, this album and the song is available right now. Once again, The Lucid, featuring members of Sponge, Megadeth, and Fear Factory. The Lucid, that's the new band. Their new single, Maggot Wind, is available. Their upcoming album coming out October 15th. Now, Dave Elfson, the bassist, said, It's been a real blast making record with these guys, and I must say that it's refreshing to explore some new musical avenues, to step out a bit from what each of us have done stylistically in our own careers. He is very excited for people to check that out. So once again, new band, The Lucid, coming out October 15th.
All right, guys, have a great weekend. Don't forget, today, Super Ticket Artist of the Day is Fozzy. Whenever you hear a song from Fozzy, text us the word super, your chance to get qualified for the Rock 1061 Super Ticket. This weekend is also our big celebration of the Black Album from Metallica, celebrating 30 years. So at the top of the 5 o'clock hour today, we're going to have Metallica at the top of the hour going all weekend long, and we'll play the Black Album in its entirety Saturday and Sunday at noon and 5. Thank you guys for hanging out on air and on the stream. As always, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you Monday morning at 6. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, guys, that is a wrap for the show today. Thank you so much for hanging out. Roy, or as our Canadian friends would say, Wah, thank you so much for coming in.
Is that how they say it?
Yeah, Wah. Like Patrick Wah. Yeah,
that's true.
The goalie for the Avalanche, right? Was it?
Yes,
for a moment?
I think that's right.
Yeah. Wah, thank you so much for stopping in. Good luck with all your endeavors today, and you're welcome for getting you out of a bunch of Zoom meetings that probably would have sucked.
Thank you very much.
Gibby, thank you for stopping in and saying hi. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the show today. We'll see you Monday morning, 6